From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Kriz. It is 9:45 on this New Year's Eve. We are counting down to 2000 with the clock you see in the corner of the screen. We are now 14 hours and 14 minutes away from the big changeover. Meteorologist Glenn Johnston will give us a look at your millennium weather forecast coming up. You may be ringing in the new year at home with family or friends, but some people are traveling right now to make it to their destinations before the clock strikes 12. A group of 40 partiers left Rochester this morning bound for Times Square in New York City. News Source 13's Brian Washington has more from the Rochester International Airport. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Kathy. That's right. We are at the airport where the busiest airline here appears to be Continental Airlines, which has a flight leaving out to New York City at about noon. However, Kathy, as you indicated, not everyone traveling to New York City will be doing so by plane. We found some people who are going to the Big Apple this morning, and they are busing it. They left this morning, about 50 of them. They say if you're going to ring in the new year, what better place to do it than Times Square in New York City?
New York City is the place to be.
Why?
Well, just because it's going to be the biggest party anywhere, pretty much, that we can get to out inside the United States.
Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I actually always wanted to see the New York City on New Year's Eve. I'm from Finland.
Now, we asked the Marvels if they were concerned about terrorism or any terroristic acts taking place in Times Square this evening. Their answer was no. They said that they expect that there is going to be enough of a police force there to alleviate any concerns that they may have, Kathy. So hopefully they will have a good time tonight.
I hope so. Them and the thousands of other people that will be down in New York City. Thank you. Brian Washington reporting live from the Rochester International Airport. If you are heading downtown to welcome in 2000 tonight, there will be plenty for you to see. Workers put up a huge TV screen on East Main Street yesterday. It will show New Year's Eve celebrations from around the world. At midnight, $50,000 worth of fireworks will go off in downtown Rochester. News Source 13 will be here all day and night long to bring you New Year's celebrations from all over Rochester. Don Elhart, Bill Peterson, and Mike Catalano will be reporting live tonight from the party at the Hyatt. Doug Embledge and Jenny Ryan will report live from the family-oriented town celebration in Pittsburgh. And we'll have live coverage of the fireworks at 7 o'clock and again at midnight. You won't miss a thing here on 13-2000, from the ball drop in Times Square to all of the local celebrations and Y2K readiness. Today's the day you could become $100 million richer, but only if you bought a ticket to New York's largest Lotto jackpot. The Millennium Millions jackpot drawing takes place this evening. You can see the drawing right here on News Source 13 tonight at 6:27 p.m. Join us to see if you're the winner. Glenn has our New Year's Eve forecast now. Glenn?
Well, Kathy, whether you're stocking up for Y2K or maybe just heading out to get some party supplies, it looks like our weather's going to cooperate, really. Now, we're still very cold. You can see down in Canandaigua, temperature right now is at 23 degrees. Temperature is going to be coming up very slowly as we go through the day. And let me show you a look at the radar time lapse over the last couple of hours. There's been some precipitation through the mid-Atlantic states, a little bit of snow through lower Michigan, but this is dissipating. So for us heading into this evening, we're going to find some pretty nice conditions. A warm front is going to be going by. We could find a sprinkle, maybe a snow flurry as you're ringing in the new year, but outside of that, looks like some fairly pleasant conditions. Heading into New Year's Day, we're going to find even warmer weather. Temperatures should be climbing into the mid-40s, and this warming trend is going to continue right through the end of the weekend. Here's a look at our weather forecast then. For today, we'll find a mix of clouds and sunshine, about 35 degrees. By tonight, maybe a sprinkle, maybe a snow flurry. Temperature's going to be dropping into the 20s.
We'll be back again at 10:25.
Welcome to the new century and to the new Gary Johnston's RV Center.
We've moved our sales department just down the road to a bigger and better facility to showcase hundreds of new and used RVs.
Now we can expand our current parts, truck cap, and service departments to better serve the Gary Johnston customer.
If you're looking for a tent camper, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or motorhome, or need parts or service, you got to see the new Gary Johnston's RV Center.
So come on down Route 21 North in Palmyra and visit the camping experts at Gary Johnston's RV.
You'll be glad you did.
York Furniture Gallery, your new choice.
Some of the most reasonable rates you'll find anywhere. You'd think it would be tough to get protection like this, but it's easy. All you do is answer 3 simple health questions. No medical exam is required, and once accepted, your coverage cannot be canceled. This is not a term life insurance plan that offers you coverage for a set number of years and then stops. This is permanent whole life insurance. It fully protects from day one. There's no waiting period. And your benefit amount, as much as $25,000, is guaranteed not to decrease, ever.
What's more, your premium is guaranteed never to increase. Plus, the plan builds cash value you can borrow against for any reason. If you're between 45 and 75, you can take advantage of this exciting offer from Conseco Direct Life.
Start by picking up the phone to ask for more information. No agent will come to your door, and your free information will be sent to you by mail without obligation. So call now.
Call 1-800-292-5478 to receive free information in the mail. Dial 1-800-292-5478. The call is free, and so is this handy guide to retirement planning. Call now. 1-800-292-5478. There's no risk or obligation. That's 1-800-292-5478. Did I make it?
I always tell my boys, Vinny and Angelo, the owners of Inauguration and Y2K, that their January sales are like the Super Bowl. It's the biggest one of the year, the best of the best, and it's action-packed.
At the Inauguration Boys' huge January sale, $139 a month will score you a 2000 Neon. Catch a Stratus or Breeze loaded with options for just $89.95 or $159 a month, and that's with zero down. Buy a new 2000 Caravan and take 5 years to pay with no interest charges, no finance charges. In January, Inauguration has it all on sale.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Kriz. It's 10:25 on this New Year's Eve. We are counting down to 2000 with the clock that you see in the corner of your screen. We are now 13 hours and 34 minutes away from the new millennium. Meteorologist Glenn Johnson will have your forecast. Where will you be when we enter the year 2000 tonight? Some people who are in Rochester now plan to be in a different city by midnight, and they plan to get there by plane. News Source 13's Brian Washington is at the Rochester International Airport with the latest. Brian?
That is exactly right, Kathy. And even though most airlines here are operating on a holiday schedule, we have had several flights take off here from Rochester International Airport, and I should say take off rather smoothly here. Now, airline workers say things are running so smoothly here thanks to a lot of preparation.
We've been at this for about 2.5 years, so we're confident that at least we've taken all of the measures that we could take to prepare for it.
Now, I should tell you that the last flight out of Rochester International Airport will be this evening at 7 o'clock. And guess where it's going? New York City, LaGuardia Airport. And that will probably be the last opportunity for people in this area to get a ride to New York City, the Big Apple, Kathy, for the big party there.
All right, Brian Washington reporting live from the Rochester International Airport. Thank you. There is nothing like a New Year's celebration to ease your mind of Y2K worries. Workers downtown put up a huge TV screen over East Main Street. It will show New Year's Eve parties from around the world. The Dome Center is decked out for a family-style celebration. They'll ring in the new year a little early, starting at 9 o'clock. And 3 towns will celebrate together tonight at SUNY Brockport's Seymour Union. People from Brockport, Sweden, and Clarkson have spent the last year working on that event. If you're looking for something fun to do today, you can head over to Midtown Plaza. The United Way is sponsoring a Kwanzaa celebration as part of its African American Leadership Program. The event begins at 11 o'clock this morning and runs through 4:30. It's time to head to meteorologist Glenn Johnson and find out how that forecast is coming. Glenn?
Good morning, Kathy. Maybe you have some Y2K concerns. The weather is not going to be a problem heading into New Year's Eve. Now, it's cold. There's no doubt about that. We'll take a look at a few of our live neighborhood weather sites. Take you down to Canandaigua. The temperature now at 25 degrees. We're watching the temperature come up very, very slowly and gradually some warmer weather heading our way. Now, here's a look at our satellite time lapse. This is over the last couple of hours, and at times we're seeing some breaks in the clouds, and at times skies are becoming overcast. So it's going to go like that most of the day. No sign of any precipitation, or any significant precipitation, I should say. In fact, let me show you the forecast map as we go into tonight. A warm front is going to come moving on by. There's the outside possibility of a sprinkle, maybe a snow flurry, but that should be the extent of it. In fact, temperatures will probably drop into the upper 20s, and then the temperature beginning to rise later tonight. After midnight, we may start to get into the 30s. What do we see for New Year's Day? Well, that warm front moves up into northern New England. The winds are going to pick up out of the southwest, and that means even warmer temperatures for New Year's Day. The mercury should climb into the mid-40s. We're expecting by Sunday the temperature should be pushing 50 degrees. Here's a look at our weather forecast then for today. Look for a mix of clouds and sunshine. The high temperature today is going to be up around 35 degrees. And then for tonight, For New Year's Eve, just a chance of a sprinkle or a snow flurry. Nothing that's going to slow you down, give you any problems if you're traveling this evening. Temperature dropping into the upper 20s and the temperature beginning to rise, we think, later tonight. Our 3-day outlook Saturday, the mix of clouds and sunshine. We should be into the mid-40s. By Sunday, looks like there's a chance of a couple of rain showers with a high near 50 degrees. Kathy?
We'll have more for you at 10:45.
Welcome to the new century and to the new Gary Johnston's RV Center. We've moved our sales department just down the road to a bigger and better facility to showcase hundreds of new and used RVs. Now we can expand our current parts, truck cap, and service departments to better serve the Gary Johnston customer. If you're looking for a tent camper, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or motorhome, or need parts or service, you got to see the new Gary Johnston's RV Center. So come on down Route 21 North in Palmyra and visit the camping experts at Gary Johnston's RV. You'll be glad you did.
Max Pie's Carpet's biggest sale day of the year is finally here.
Tell them that with faith, their bad days are just good days in disguise. You don't need any special eloquence to talk to your kids. Just the act of talking to them can be a spiritual experience. The right words will come. So tell them to have faith.
Just like you, we care about how your kids feel.
Hi, I need to pick up my car.
You are?
Yasmin Lee.
K?
Can you spell that, please?
B-L-E-E-T-H. You know, maybe I should just come back another time.
No.
Monday on 2020, an emotional tug of war. Adopted children searching for their birth mothers. Birth mothers who don't want to be found.
I was also just absolutely terrified.
Can you understand why your birth mother does not want to have contact with you now?
A gripping 2020, Monday.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Chris. It is 10:44 on this New Year's Eve. We are counting down with the clock in the upper corner of your screen. At this point, we are 13 hours and 15 minutes away from 2000. Meteorologist Glenn Johnson will tell us what kind of weather to expect if you're celebrating outside this New Year's. If you're like a lot of people here in Rochester, you probably hit a grocery store or a home store to stock up for any potential Y2K problems. Shoppers packed the Wegmans in Henrietta last night for some last-minute items before New Year's Eve.
We got candles, we got water. We've been hearing so much about things. We just thought it was important that we were prepared in case something did happen.
Chase Pickin is also prepared. The Henrietta store will stay open until 2 a.m. New Year's Day. If you've waited until the last minute to decide what you want to do this New Year's, we have some ideas for you. Workers downtown put up a huge TV screen on East Main Street yesterday. It'll show New Year's Eve celebrations from around the world. SUNY Brockport is hosting a New Year's party from 4:30 until midnight. Henrietta is ringing in the new year with a bash at the Domarina Center tonight. The party gets underway at 6 o'clock, and the ESL Center and Kershaw Park in Canandaigua are also hosting parties. Members of the Rochester Police Department say they're ready for celebrations in the streets of downtown.
The Rochester Police Department has been meeting and discussing this issue now for the last 6 months. We feel we are well prepared for any problems that may arise tomorrow night and into the new year.
The police will have extra patrols tonight, including an additional 52 officers at special events in the city. There are several spots in our community to see New Year's fireworks tonight. If you're heading downtown, the show is promised to be better than what you see on July 4th. The fireworks in Rochester will get underway at midnight near Main Street. SUNY Brockport will also have fireworks at 7:15 and midnight, and Henrietta is having a fireworks show beginning at 9:15 near the Dome Arena. 40 people from our area are on the road making a special trip this morning to join the Millennium celebration in Times Square. The group left by bus from Pittsburgh around 8 o'clock this morning. They'll take a New Year's tour of New York before heading to Times Square tonight for the Millennium celebration. They'll come back to Rochester tomorrow morning. If you're boarding a bus for a local event, the city is offering free rides into the new millennium. Families can take advantage of the free rides to attend city celebrations. The bus service begins at 6:30 tonight and continues through 2 a.m. This is the second year that RTS is offering the free service. Meteorologist Glenn Johnson has a look at our millennium forecast. Glenn?
Good morning, Kathy. What's the saying? Out with the old, in with the new. We could say goodbye essentially to that Arctic air that we've had the last week or so. Live neighborhood weather. Take you out to Batavia. The temperature's at 24 degrees, and we've been watching the temperature go up very slowly over the last couple of hours. Here's a look at our radar time lapse. Also over the last couple of hours, we had some precipitation to the south of us overnight. That has moved off the east coast. Also notice a few snow showers here that were through lower Michigan. We may find a snow flurry or a sprinkle, a possibility later tonight as you're ringing in the new year, but really nothing that's going to be a problem. Now let's show you the forecast maps. We have a warm front that's going to be pushing through western New York, so the temperature tonight is going to bottom out in the upper 20s. Then the temperature may actually begin to rise after midnight. Again, maybe a sprinkle or a snow flurry, and that should be about it. Heading into Saturday, gradually warmer weather. We're talking about temperatures in the mid-40s on Saturday. And in fact, this warming trend is going to continue on Sunday. Our temperature is going to be pushing 50 degrees. Here's a look at our weather forecast for today. Look for a mix of clouds and sunshine. Temperatures seasonably colder. We're going to be up around 35 degrees. Tonight for your New Year's Eve, a sprinkle, maybe a snow flurry. That's about it. Temperature dropping into the upper 20s and the mercury rising. For New Year's Day, a mix of clouds and sunshine. We should be into the mid-40s during the day. By Sunday, there's going to be the chance of a couple of rain showers, but notice a temperature near 50. Kathy?
We'll be back again at 11:25.
Come fly with me. Muxworthy Ski Loft, home of the No Dicker sticker, guarantees you the lowest price in Rochester. On skis, snowboards, cross-country equipment, boots, and bindings. Muxworthy's No Dicker sticker pricing means you can have the best gear in the world at the best price. Right now, save up to $50 on every ski park in stock, and there are hundreds to choose from. Remember, if it's skiing, it's got to be Muxworthy's.
This is Ed Mahar Jr., president of Valley Cadillac. We have until January 4th to sell all remaining 1999 Cadillacs. We have 5 new 99 Cateras. Save up to $9,000. We have 1 new 99 Escalade. Save $6,000. Save up to $9,000 on DeVille and STS. So if you are in the market for a new car, stop at either of our 2 locations and we will treat you with Cadillac style.
Happy holidays.
From all of us at News Source 13.
Well, we didn't imagine when we started all this that we'd get as much use out of Times Square today. Credit to the organizers. Now they are reminding us that in about 10 minutes from now, we're going to be celebrating Midnight in China, the world's most populous nation. And being the Times Square crowd they are, they want to be a little ahead of the game as they celebrate China here in Times Square. And while we're waiting to celebrate Midnight in China, we want to talk again to Dr.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Kriz. It's 11:25 on this New Year's Eve. Our countdown clock in the upper corner of your screen tells us that we are 12 hours and 34 minutes away from the new millennium. How cold will it get when you're out celebrating tonight? Meteorologist Glenn Johnson will tell us in just a few minutes. If you're one of the people concerned about losing your electricity when 2000 arrives, workers at RG&E say they are confident that things will go just fine. Monroe County workers will keep a close eye on potential Y2K problems tonight at the county's operations center.
Everything has been ready for some time, for several months. We've had all of our mission-critical systems ready by the end of June. We've continued to monitor them and run tests on them for the last 6 months, and we're very confident that things will go just fine.
People in our area are stocking up on batteries and generators to make sure that they are prepared for anything, just in case. The lights and the heat may stay on, but what about the phones? Workers at Global Crossing have a Y2K command center set up, which they'll be manning today and tonight to make sure that things run as smoothly as possible. As many as 28 people will be working simultaneously watching the phone system. Even with the preparations, they still warn you may have to try more than once to make that special phone call.
Well, it's been one of the things that's been talked about. I mean, certainly it's like Mother's Day when you try and make a long-distance call. You know, you get a fast busy or it takes a while to get a dial tone. Something like that may happen, but you do need to keep that in mind.
Project manager Kevin Schiller says Global Crossing started to put its command center together on December 1st, and has been planning for this night for months. News Source 13 will be here all day and night long to bring you New Year's celebrations from all over Rochester. Don Elhart, Bill Peterson, and Mike Catalano will be reporting live tonight from the party at the Hyatt. Doug Embledge and Ginny Ryan will report live from the family-oriented town celebration in Pittsburgh. And we will have live coverage of the fireworks in downtown Rochester at 7 o'clock and again at midnight. You won't miss a thing here on 13-2000, from the ball drop in Times Square to all of the local celebrations and Y2K readiness. It is time to check in with meteorologist Glenn Johnson for a look at the New Year's weather.
Good morning, Kathy. There may be some concerns for Y2K, but in terms of the weather, that is not going to be a problem going into New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. We still have the cold weather. This is a look at live neighborhood weather. This is Canandaigua weather station, and you can see our temperature now at 26 degrees. The temperature is coming up very slowly. We had another cold night, but it looks like this is going to be the end of our real Arctic cold weather anyway across western New York. We'll show you what we mean. First, take a look at our satellite time lapses over the last couple of hours. We had a lot of clouds overnight, and you can see how it varies in the amount of cloud cover. So at times we'll see a little sunshine today. At times the clouds roll in, and we can't rule out maybe a sprinkle, maybe a snow flurry later this evening, but that's about it. Nothing that's going to give us any problems in terms of traveling around western New York. Here's a look at our forecast map for tonight. Warm front is coming on through, so we think the temperatures will drop into the 20s overnight and then begin to rise after midnight, probably climbing into the 30s. And again, nothing more than a sprinkle or a snow flurry, so we're going to be good in that respect. Heading into Saturday, temperature going up. We should be into the mid-40s, and this is going to be a warming trend that's going to continue right into Sunday. Here's a look at our weather forecast for this New Year's Eve. We'll find a mix of clouds and sunshine. High temperature is going to be up around 35 degrees. Tonight, New Year's Eve, nothing more than a sprinkle, maybe a snow flurry. Temperature dropping into the upper 20s, but the temperature is going to start to rise overnight. Heading into Saturday, New Year's Day, a mix of clouds and sunshine. We should be into the mid-40s, then 50 by Sunday.
We'll have more at 11:25.
What makes Kraft Singles so good? Kids know it's the taste. They don't know that 2 out of every 3 kids don't get their recommended amount of calcium. But with Kraft Singles, they get a good source of calcium and the taste they love. Kraft Singles, magic every single time.
The New Year's sale at the Dining Furniture Center on Jefferson Road is this weekend. Here's where you'll find the best selection and the best price on better dining rooms, dinettes, and counter stools. This Saturday.
8-pound Oric XL is better than your vacuum, then I'll give you $10 to try my vacuum risk-free for 30 days. Call now and discover just how clean your home can be. Millions of Americans have. If my 8-pound Oric XL isn't the best vacuum you've ever used, just send it back, but keep the $10. Call 1-800-471-1453 for this exclusive TV offer.
This is my invention. The silverware instrument. C'est les lunettes éclairantes. You could slide them, but they don't slide by themselves. It worked. It worked. Headlight. It could change somebody's life. 24-hour sandals. That is the greatest idea I've ever came up in my whole life.
Monday, are Americans working too hard? Should there be a nationwide plan to slow down? Watch ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Krez. It's 11:45 on this New Year's Eve. We are counting down with the clock in the upper corner of your screen. At this point, we are 12 hours and 14 minutes away from 2000. Meteorologist Glenn Johnson has our New Year's forecast coming up. If you're heading to the airport today for a New Year's flight, what should you expect? Long lines, short lines, no lines? Airport workers expect lighter than normal crowds today. The only conflict they can predict is where to park all of the planes.
We really don't anticipate any problems. Of course, if there are problems, we'll have contingencies, and probably one of the problems we'll have is just the parking of aircraft that night, because we do expect to probably have additional planes on the ground that wouldn't normally be in Rochester.
Terry Slaybaugh says extra airport personnel will be on hand as a precaution. Tonight, the skies over Rochester will light up in celebration of the year 2000. Organizers say this year's display may be the city's best ever. If you live downtown or you're planning on going there, the fireworks get underway at midnight near Main Street. SUNY Brockport will also have fireworks at 7:15 and midnight, and Henrietta is having a fireworks show beginning at 9:15 near the Dome Arena. The city is offering a free ride if you're heading downtown or anywhere else in the Rochester area. Families can take advantage to attend the many Millennium celebrations around town. The bus service begins at 6:30 tonight and continues through 2 a.m. This is the second year that RTS is offering the free bus service. Rochester's bus service may be in for some hard times after the new year. The Center for Disability Rights is threatening to sue RTS. Passengers say the system for scheduling rides on the company's Lyft line service is too difficult. The group says that violates the Americans with Disabilities Act. According to the act, customers should be able to book a ride up to 14 days in advance, but the center says Lyft line rides are not confirmed until the last minute. Today's the day that you could become $100 million richer, but only if you bought a ticket to New York's largest Lotto jackpot. The Millennium Millions jackpot drawing takes place this evening. You can see the drawing right here on News Source 13 tonight at 6:27 p.m. Join us to see if you're a winner. Glenn has our New Year's forecast now. Hi, Glenn.
Good morning, Kathy. You know, whether you're heading out to the celebrations tonight, maybe you're going to a party, maybe you're going out to see the fireworks, it looks like our weather is going to cooperate. But it's going to be cold. You can see now our temperature is still below freezing. We're at 29 degrees at our Canandaigua weather station, and very slowly our temperatures are going to get into the mid-30s by later today. Let me show you the satellite time lapse. So over the last couple of hours, and we've had some clouds, we've had some breaks in the clouds with a little bit of hazy sunshine, but that's essentially it. And we think we're going to continue with this back and forth in terms of cloud cover as we go through the day and then even into tonight. Tonight, we could find a sprinkle, maybe a snow flurry. This is a look at our forecast map, and there's actually a warm front that's going to be drifting through the area. That's what could set off a sprinkle or snow flurry, but that should be about it, really, in terms of precipitation. And the temperature may actually begin to rise overnight. We could be getting into the 30s, we think, after midnight. Now, heading into Saturday, New Year's Day, it continues to warm up. The high temperature should be into the mid-40s. We'll find a mix of clouds and sunshine. Even warmer weather, we think, coming our way by Sunday. Here's a look at our weather forecast then for today. Look for a mix of clouds and sun, seasonably cold weather. The high temperature near 35 degrees. Tonight, maybe a sprinkle, maybe a snow flurry, temperature dropping into the upper 20s, but then the temperature rising, we think, after midnight. The 3-day outlook, Saturday, New Year's Day. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-40s with a mix of clouds and sun, maybe a couple of rain showers arriving by Sunday. We expect the high temperature, not too bad. We're going to be up around 50 degrees or so. Kathy?
And we will be back in less than 15 minutes. We'll see you then.
Come fly with me.
Muxworthy Ski Loft, home of the No Dicker sticker, guarantees you the lowest price in Rochester. On skis, snowboards, cross-country equipment, boots, and bindings. Muxworthy's No Dicker sticker pricing means you can have the best gear in the world at the best price. Right now, save up to $50 on every ski park in stock. And there are hundreds to choose from. Remember, if it's skiing, it's got to be Muxworthy's.
The very best of the holidays. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Season's greetings. Happy
holidays. The very best of the holidays.
Happy holidays from all of us at 13.
WOKR.
Happy holidays.
From all of us at News Source 13.
The first light has come to New Zealand.
Been sent in a modern, well-equipped army to try to suppress this. But suppression is all they can do, trying to get the people to live together who suddenly have
Thank you, Mark.
decided.
ABC special coverage of the Millennium continues, but we're going to pause for just a second here to let some affiliates leave us for a local news update, so we hope you'll stay with us.
Hollywood Squares weeknights at 7:30 on 13.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13 2000.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kathy Kriz in for Mary McCombs.
I'm meteorologist Glenn Johnson. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Glenn. We've been up since early this morning, and we keep going. Want to find out how the weather forecast is going to go for New Year's.
Well, certainly a ton of activities going on, and it looks like our weather is going to cooperate, and that's certainly the good news. We are looking at really some typical late December weather. Some hazy sunshine today. Temperatures seasonably cold. We're going to be up around 35 degrees with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Now, where do we go from here? Heading into the upcoming holiday weekend. For the first couple of days of the new year, we're going to tell you all about it. A complete look at the weather forecast is coming up.
Members of the Rochester Police Department say they are beefing up security for New Year's Eve. The officers say they are ready no matter what happens. News Source 13's Brian Washington is standing by outside of the Public Safety Building downtown with the latest. Brian?
Kathy, just about all, if not all, of Rochester's police officers will be on duty tonight. Representatives from the RPD say that very few have the night off, if any at all. Now, police say they are making this evening a top priority. Police will be on hand throughout the city, and there are a number of backup plans in place throughout the city just in case things go wrong. One of those backup plans has to do with the telephone system in case it goes down.
Somebody asked me about telephone systems. Should they go down? What should we be looking at? We have a contingency plan in case telephone lines go down, and we'll be able to get most of our officers in without too much of a problem.
Now, police officers have set up a command post here at the PSB. No cameras have been allowed inside that command post, just officers, so very tight security, Kathy.
All right, Brian Washington reporting live from the Public Safety Building. Thank you. It's another 4 years in office for Monroe County's executive. This morning, Jack Doyle took the oath of office. He says in the next few years that he'll work to make the community a better place to live.
I think they expect leadership. I think they expect to see people working together. And I also think that they expect our economy to grow stronger so that they don't have concerns about their jobs, about the jobs of their children.
Several other dignitaries attended this morning's inauguration as well. In other parts of the country, the new year doesn't seem to be affecting local businesses yet. So far, Kodak, Global Crossing, and Xerox have not had any Y2K related problems in New Zealand and Australia. Both countries reached the year 2000 earlier this morning. If you're heading out to the Rochester International Airport to catch a flight, you may not have to wait in a long line. This morning, the airport was surprisingly empty for people leaving town for the holiday.
Actually, my husband wanted to be home before the new year so we could celebrate our wedding anniversary on January 1st.
Oh, cool. So this is going to be a double celebration for you.
Right. Yep, 17 years.
The airport is beefing up security for the holiday because of recent terrorist threats across the country. If you're one of the people concerned about losing power when the clock strikes midnight, RG&E says don't worry. Monroe County workers will keep a close eye on potential Y2K problems tonight at the county's operations center.
Tomorrow night,
everything has been ready for some time, for several months. We've had all of our mission-critical systems ready by the end of June. We've continued to monitor them and run tests on them for the last 6 months, and we're very confident that things will go just fine.
People in our area are stocking up on batteries and generators to make sure that they are prepared for anything. They're also ready for Y2K downtown, where preparations continue for tonight's massive fireworks display. News Source 13's Shalonda Roberts is standing by with more on the story. Shalonda?
Kathy, we are live in downtown Rochester, where behind me you can see the city's skyline. It's a skyline that's expected to have a spectacular glow tonight as the clock strikes 12. We're talking about a fireworks display that's expected to be the largest in the city's history. Crews from Young Explosives Corporation were setting up part of the display at Court Street Bridge. Fireworks will also be launched at a site near the Time Warner Building, along the river, and the rooftops of the First Federal Building and the Rochester Riverside Convention Center. The city has a full day of events scheduled starting at 2 p.m. and ending with the fireworks display. The events are expected to draw thousands to downtown Rochester, and city officials say they are prepared for the crowds.
We have increased now our police patrols in order to ensure that everybody can have a safe New Year's Eve in downtown. So I don't think anybody should be deterred.
Now, here are some of the best spots to see the fireworks display. Broad Street Bridge, the Main Street Bridge, Exchange Boulevard, Mount Hope Avenue, and Chestnut Street near the Strong Museum. Now, as for parking, parking will be available from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. at East End, Court Street, Washington Square, and South Avenue City parking garages.
All right, Yolanda Roberts, thanks for all that information. And we will see you a little later in the day. News Source 13 will be here all day and all night long to bring you New Year's celebrations from all over Rochester. Don Elhart, Bill Peterson, and Mike Catalano will be reporting live tonight from the big party at the Hyatt Hotel. Doug Embledge and Ginny Ryan will report live from the family-oriented town celebration in Pittsburgh. And we'll have live coverage of the fireworks that Yolanda just talked about at 7 o'clock and again at midnight. And we'll have live reports right after the clock strikes midnight to make sure that local utilities are Y2K ready. You won't miss a thing from the ball drop in Times Square to all of the local celebrations right here on 13-2000. News Source 13 is also the only place you can see tonight's drawing of the Millennium Millions lottery game. The jackpot will be at least $100 million, New York State's largest ever. You've got until 6 o'clock this evening to buy a ticket. The drawing will be held at 6:27 right here on News Source 13 at 6:27 p.m. If there's no grand prize winner, a second drawing will be held a week from tonight. And just in case you're wondering, the odds of winning the $100 million are 52 million to 1. On this eve of the new year, we asked the bishop where he thinks the Catholic Church is going for the new millennium. He says he's not good at predictions, but he has hopes for the new millennium.
We will be more mindful of our bonds one to the other so that we can be more committed to the common good and be willing to sacrifice some of our pet projects, our favorite ideas, our preferences, when those should give way to what's going to be best for all.
Bishop Clark says he hopes this will be a peaceful, happy new year. Still ahead this midday, some local people are gearing up for New Year's in the Big Apple. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Yolanda Vega. The New York Millennium Millions jackpot is now $100 million, and that's a record. See me draw the New York Millennium Millions numbers on New Year's Eve at 6:27 p.m. live only on News Source 13.
It's okay, it's not a live animal. It's not the shoes that you wanted.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event.
Honey, you gotta see this.
Okay.
You'll find values you never believed possible.
You like it?
A 10.
Whoa. The December to Remember sales event ends January 3rd. Missing it would definitely spoil the surprise. See Dorsal Lexus.
Come fly with me.
Muxworthy Ski Loft, home of the No Dicker sticker, guarantees you the lowest price in Rochester. On skis, snowboards, cross-country equipment, boots, and bindings. Muxworthy's No Dicker sticker pricing means you can have the best gear in the world at the best price. Right now, save up to $50 on every ski park in stock. And there are hundreds to choose from. Remember, if it's skiing, it's got to be Muxworthy's.
The New Year's sale at the Dining Furniture Center on Jefferson Road is this weekend. Here's where you'll find the best selection and the best price on better dining rooms, dinettes, and counter stools. This Saturday and Sunday, save an additional 10% off everything in the store. Even the already discounted prices are reduced for savings up to 40% on selected pieces. Don't miss the first and biggest dining room sale of the new century. It's this weekend, and it's only at the Dining Furniture Center, Jefferson Road, Henrietta, near the post office. Come see us. You won't be disappointed.
For over 60 years, DeCarlos Truck Rental has served business and industry. DeCarlos sets the standards for safety, service, and the success of your business when it's on the road. Local or coast to coast, let DeCarlos analyze your transportation needs, large or small. As part of your leasing or rental agreement, we custom engineer your vehicles, help you with driver training, and keep them running right with expert service. Does your company need a lift? Call today. DeCarlos for safety, service, and success. The only way to go.
What are you doing for the new year? Some people from Rochester are traveling right now to make it to their destination before the clock strikes 12. This morning, a group of 40 partiers boarded a bus in Pittsburgh bound for Times Square in New York City. They say they're not overly worried about recent terrorist threats across the country, and they plan on having some fun tonight.
I actually always wanted to see the New York City on New Year's Eve. I'm from Finland, and it's a big thing for me, so this is a perfect time to do that at the Millennium, so it'll be fun.
These people will join about 1.5 million others who are expected in Times Square this evening. The new year has arrived in Sydney, Australia, with a spectacular fireworks display over the harbor. An estimated 1 million people jammed the shoreline or watched the show from boats on the water. Earlier this morning, the year 2000 also arrived on the Chatham Islands, the easternmost part of New Zealand, and then mainland New Zealand, followed by the island of Fiji. Celebrations from all around the world on ABC to watch this morning. Very exciting stuff.
It has been spectacular.
It has, and we really should talk about this clock in the corner, Glenn. This is our countdown clock, just a little over 11 hours to go before the big changeover.
The big change when the calendars flip and we get into 2000. It's been a long time coming, certainly.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're talking about the end of 1999. It has been cold, it's been snowy, but it looks like the new millennium is going to be starting out with some noticeably warmer weather. And we're going to show you why. First, take a look at the almanac. The morning low temperature, we get down to 22 degrees last night. A complete look at your weather forecast is coming up next.
Rochester Linoleum and Carpet One New Year's Carpet Sale, New Year's Day. 20 to 60% off all floor coverings. Thick carpeting, just $11.99 a square yard installed with pad. No payment, no interest for 12 months. Congoleum No Wax Vinyl. Do a 9x12 room installed for just $199. Largest selection in upstate New York. Ready for immediate installation and covered by our lifetime installation guarantees. Wilson Art Laminate 8x10 room for just $4.99 installed. Our buying power will save you money. Rochester Linoleum and Carpet One New Year's Carpet Sale, New Year's Day, 11 a.m. till 6.
News Source 13 is now on radio. 7 days a week, News Source 13 is on News 1040 a.m. If you can't get to your TV, let News Source 13 come to you. Coming up, meteorologist Glenn Johnson's forecast with Super Doppler, Rochester Radar, the area's most powerful radar, Fast Track 13, and live neighborhood weather next.
3 whole stores, 1 huge floor sample sale through Monday. Houseworks, Mount Morris Furniture and Interiors are hosting 3 store-wide floor sample sales. All dining rooms, all bedrooms, all upholstery, everything on the floor goes out the door at special one-time savings up to 50%. Take immediate delivery and make no payments with no interest for 6 months. But only through Monday at Mount Morris Furniture and Houseworks and Interiors at Winton Place.
Throughout the 1900s, Ford has made automotive history countless times. And to bring the century to a close, we're doing it again. Presenting 21st Century Celebration from your local Ford dealer. Now, lease the 2000 Ford Explorer XLT for just $289 a month. That's just $289 a month. Save on F-Series, Ranger, and more with low financing and big cash back, like 3.9 financing plus $1,000 cash back on F-150. Deals this good come around once a century. So visit your local Ford dealer today. When century clearance ends, it's history.
Stop at the shop, Stereo Shop.
I don't need to buy expensive extended warranties at the Stereo Shop. I get free lifetime service.
Free lifetime service. It's been our trademark for 15 years.
And Stereo Shop will beat any local price. That's right. TVs to VCRs, home audio to car audio, projections to camcorders, cellular to satellite. Stereo Shop will beat any local price.
Those chain stores come and go. We treat customers right. That's why we've been here 15 years.
Stop at the shop, Stereo Shop.
We're back with meteorologist Glenn Johnson. If you were watching any of the coverage this morning from ABC, Barbara Walters is in Paris, and she's talking about what a beautiful, clear night it is in the city, perfect for fireworks. How about here in Rochester? Are we going to have clear skies?
Well, that's the big question. We don't think we're going to find clear skies necessarily, probably mostly cloudy, but I think if we have dry weather and we don't have wind chills down around zero, we're doing pretty good, certainly given the time of the year. And it looks like that's going to be the case. Mother Nature's going to give us a bit of a break as we go through the next couple of days. Let's show you a look at live neighborhood weather and some of our reporting stations. First, we're going to take you out to Batavia. You can see the temperature there going up very slowly. We're at 28 degrees. The winds are out of the northwest. Take you over to Canandaigua now. The temperature also in the upper 20s. We expect we're going to end up probably in the mid-30s. Here's a look at our weather forecast for today. Look for clouds, some hazy sunshine from time to time. Really some typical end of December kind of weather, if you will. About 35 degrees expected for the high temperature. Right now we have mostly cloudy skies. At the airport, the temperature's at 28 degrees, and you can see our barometric pressure there beginning to fall. Here's a look at our satellite picture. Shows the clouds, and we put the fronts on top of that, and you can see we do have some clouds across the area. No big storms to contend with. Certainly that's good news. This warm front back to the west, that's going to be our main weather feature over the next 24 hours or so. And that is eventually going to bring in some warmer temperatures across western New York. We'll zoom in now on the northeast here, and you can see we have what appears to be a lot of clouds, but a lot of these clouds are very thin clouds, so we're getting some hazy sunshine. There were a couple of snow flurries that were reported up through lower Michigan, maybe into southern Ontario, and we think if we get any kind of precipitation, that would be it. Maybe a snow flurry, maybe a sprinkle this evening. So if you're planning on going out to take a look at some of the fireworks or just buzzing around town, just the average winter jacket is really all you're going to need tonight. Check in with the neighborhood weather team. Temperatures are in the 20s and 30s. Chris Sackett, one of our younger weather spotters down there in Springwater. Of course, he's got the day off from school. He has a temperature now of 30 degrees. Here's a look at our temperatures across the country. Still cold out west. Nice and mild down to the south. Miami right now at 78 degrees. And there's actually a lot of warm air that's building through the middle of the country. And we think eventually this warmer weather is going to be coming our way. We think over the next 48 hours or so, and we're going to start to notice a difference. Let me show you what I mean here. Look at our animated weather forecast. There goes that warm front by. So into Saturday, temperatures are going to be into the mid-40s. By Sunday, temperatures could be pushing close to about 50 degrees. So some of the warmest weather we've had in quite a while is going to be coming this weekend. Notice there's a cold front behind this, though. Temperatures will start to drop, we think, as we go into the early part of next week. And winter certainly not over by a long shot. It looks like once we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, this is a look at our jet stream. It's going to be heading south, and a better chance for certainly some colder weather and a better chance also for some snow showers, maybe some accumulation as we go through the day on Tuesday. Here's a look at our weather forecast then in detail for today. If you're going out to Wegmans or any of the supermarkets, any of the stores, the weather's going to cooperate. Just clouds, hazy sunshine. Temperature is going to get above freezing. We should be into the mid-30s, we think, as we go through the day. Now, by tonight, more clouds. Nothing more than a sprinkle or a snow flurry, though. We're expecting the temperature to drop maybe into the upper 20s. And then the temperature after midnight, you may start to notice a difference. If you're out there in the wee hours of the morning, temperatures will actually climb into the 30s, we think, overnight. Now, Saturday, New Year's Day, a mix of clouds and sunshine. We're back into the mid-40s. Heading into Sunday, we're going to find certainly some warmer weather. Temperature is going to be pushing 50 degrees, but we're going to find some rain off and on through the day. By Monday, that begins to change. Winter returns back over to snow showers, and the temperature eventually dropping into the 30s.
So did you get your extra water and your batteries and your flashlights?
Am I Y2 compliant at home?
Are you? Yes.
You know, we have taken some small precautions because I think a lot of folks are saying, well, just in case, you know.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea, and at least we're ready.
Okay. The first new film release of the year 2000, appropriately enough, is Walt Disney's Fantasia 2000. The film debuts tomorrow, and News Source 13's Mike Sidoni has a review of the new film.
One thing old, many things new, others borrowed, and even a Rhapsody in Blue. It is Fantasia 2000. 60 years after the original, Walt Disney's dream of an update finally becomes reality. And while the new film does not warrant a 6-decade wait, it certainly does justice to the classic that inspired it. Like the original Fantasia, 2000 is a concert movie, a fusion of high-end animation and popular classical music. There are 7 new segments, ranging from the ho-hum to the sublime. On the high end, a whale of a segment set to Pines of Rome. On the downside, a dull opener that doesn't even get a boost from Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. But the rest is solid, including a homage to 30s New York with Rhapsody in Blue, and Donald Duck directing the couples onto Noah's Ark in Pomp and Circumstance. This is the first major all-animated feature produced specifically for the IMAX format, where it does look bigger and sound better than in most conventional theaters, though it's a shame it doesn't even begin to exploit the huge IMAX possibilities. Despite those quibbles, Fantasia 2000 is another Disney tune worth applauding, and a fine way to start the new year in movies. On my scale of 1 to 10, it rates an 8. Happy New Year. Mike Sidoni, News Source 13.
And we will be right back.
Welcome to the new century and to the new Gary Johnston's RV Center.
We've moved our sales department just down the road to a bigger and better facility to showcase hundreds of new and used RVs.
Now we can expand our current parts, truck cap, and service departments to better serve the Gary Johnston customer.
If you're looking for a tent camper, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or motorhome, or need parts or service, you got to see the new Gary Johnston's RV Center.
So come on down Route 21 North in Palmyra and visit the camping experts at Gary Johnston's RV.
You'll be glad you did.
Announcing the Nissan Year-End Countdown event. For 14 days, just 336 hours, Nissan is offering some of the best deals of the year. Now get $500 in addition to existing incentives when you purchase or lease the new 2000 Altima, Quest, Sentra, Frontier, even Pathfinder. That's a total of $2,500 or more in savings. So what are you waiting for? You've just let another 30 seconds go by. This $2,500 or more in savings ends January 3rd.
York Furniture Gallery, your new choice, your total choice. Quality furniture at affordable prices. Shop now through Monday for incredible holiday weekend savings of 50 to 60% on our complete selection of quality living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, entertainment centers, home office furniture, and much more. Buy now at 50 to 60% savings and pay with no interest for 1 full year. York Furniture Gallery, 376 Jefferson Road in the Jefferson Plaza. Your new choice, your total choice, York Furniture.
Stop at the shop, Stereo Shop.
We're not paid commission, and we know our products. No pressure, just great advice.
At the Stereo Shop, Dish Network's free. That's right, get a digital satellite TV system free after rebate. You pay the programming and $99 install fee, and the system's free.
To get the guaranteed lowest prices in the country every single day, all you gotta do is
stop at the shop, Stereo Shop.
For the latest weather information, call the Weatherline Forecast Service, sponsored by the Shopping Bag and updated by News Source 13's weather team at 334-0013.
Come fly with me.
Muchworthy Ski Loft, home of the No Dicker sticker, guarantees you the lowest price in Rochester. On skis, snowboards, cross-country equipment, boots, and bindings. Muchworthy's No Dicker sticker pricing means you can have the best gear in the world at the best price. Right now, save up to $50 on every ski park in stock, and there are hundreds to choose from. Remember, if it's skiing, it's got to be Muchworthy's.
Taking a look at the numbers from Wall Street today now, the Dow Jones Industrials up almost 26 points, NASDAQ up over 14 points, the S&P's up almost 2 points. Checking out some local stocks of interest, Bausch & Lomb up 56 cents, Chase down 25 cents, Delphi sees no change, EDS up 62 cents, Eastman Chemical down 19 cents, Eastman Kodak up 25 cents. GM up 31 cents, IBM down 75 cents, Medeva down 6 cents. Paychex down $1.50, ExxonMobil down 6 cents, and Xerox is down 12 cents. We'll be right back.
There's an old saying, something good comes out of every situation. That even holds true in death. Now, I know this isn't a happy subject, but it could have a happy ending. Did you know that in upstate New York, there are approximately 400 people waiting for liver, kidney, or kidney-pancreas transplants? If you want to do something good for your fellow man, if you want to leave behind a true legacy, then call the number below to get more information about being an organ donor. Most of all, make sure your loved ones know your wishes regarding organ donation. Share your life, share your decision.
Announcing the Nissan Year-End Countdown event. For 14 days, just 336 hours, Nissan is offering some of the best deals of the year. Now get $500 in addition to existing incentives when you purchase or lease the new 2000 Altima, Quest, Sentra, Frontier, even Pathfinder. Or lease the 222 horsepower Maxima GXE for just $329 a month. So what are you waiting for? You've just let another 30 seconds go by. The $500 bonus cashback ends January 3rd.
Coming home. It's one of the best things about the holiday season. One of the worst things is that some people don't make it. So remember all the reasons you have to think safe and drive sober.
Your dreams of a memorable wedding day begin at the Bridal Bell and Tuck Shop on West Henrietta Road. Our professional bridal consultants will help you find the perfect wedding gown. Choose from a wide selection of styles and accessories from petite to plus sizes, and you're sure to find the right dress for your attendants and flower girls too. There are even tuxedos and formal wear for the groom and his party at the Bridal Bell. For personal service and a commitment to making your special day complete, come to the Bridal Bell and Tuck Shop, the second best part about getting married.
The best actors, the best plays, the best stage around. Join us and make our season complete. For information, call 232-JIVA.
The New Year's sale at the Dining Furniture Center on Jefferson Road is this weekend. Here's where you'll find the best selection and the best price on better dining rooms, dinettes, and counter stools. This Saturday and Sunday, save an additional 10% off everything in the store. Even the already discounted prices are reduced for savings up to 40% on selected pieces. Don't miss the first and biggest dining room sale of the new century. It's this weekend, and it's only at the Dining Furniture Center, Jefferson Road, Henrietta, near the post office. Come see us. You won't be disappointed.
Please stay with ABC and News Source 13 for round-the-clock coverage of the countdown to 2000. Our next local news and weather update will come at 4:18 this afternoon. Don Elhart will be anchoring our coverage from the big party at the Hyatt Hotel. Doug Embledge and Ginny Ryan will be at the town party in Pittsburgh, and we'll have live coverage of the fireworks displays in downtown Rochester tonight. Glenn has a quick weather update for us.
Well, we're happy to say it's going to be quiet, certainly weather-wise. We're just going to find some clouds, maybe a snow flurry. That should be the extent of it. Temperature in the mid-30s this afternoon, then dropping below freezing tonight. You want to watch for some of the slippery spots, maybe on some of the roadways, but outside of that, looking good. Have a happy and safe New Year.
11 hours, 32 minutes to go. Enjoy it. That's our report for now. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your new year.
More Rochesterians get their news from News Source 13 than from any other source. News Source 13, always on at rochestertoday.com.
We're the Ackerley Group, outstanding media and entertainment companies.
Come fly with me.
Muxworthy Ski Loft, home of the No Dicker sticker, guarantees you the lowest price in Rochester. On skis, snowboards, cross-country equipment, boots, and bindings. Muxworthy's No Dicker sticker pricing means you can have the best gear in the world at the best price. Right now, save up to $50 on every ski park in stock, and there are hundreds to choose from. Remember, if it's skiing, it's got to be Muxworthy's.
Pet owners and animal lovers, you've got to see this place. This is the new RC Steel Warehouse store at routes 19 and 31 in Brockport. It's right behind the Walmart. Here's where you'll find everything for your pet at mail-order prices with the convenience of a retail store. If you can't find it, just ask. The warehouse store staff is glad to help. From hamsters to horses, dogs to cats, whether your pets swim, crawl, or fly, you'll find everything you need at RC Steel. It's not just another pet store.
Celebrate the new millennium with half-off savings from Value City Furniture, like this 3-piece all-leather living room, just $1,199. You just can't do any better.
Now share a moment with friends.
Oh, sorry, did I get you?
It's an electric drill. You get me, you kill me. You gotta have friends 5 days a week.
Only on 13.
I always tell my boys, Vinny and Angelo, the owners of Irandaquere Dodge, that their January sales are like the Super Bowl. It's the biggest one of the year, the best of the best, and it's action-packed.
At the Irandaquere Dodge Boys' huge January sale, $139 a month will score you a 2000 Neon. Catch a Stratus or Breeze loaded with options for just $89.95 or $159 a month, and that's with 0 down. Buy a new 2000 Caravan and take 5 years to pay with no interest charges, no finance charges. In January, Irandaquere Dodge has it all on sale.
More Rochesterians get their news from News Source 13 than from any other source. From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good afternoon, I'm Don Alhart, broadcasting from the Hyatt Hotel in downtown Rochester. As you can see on ABC, the Millennium celebrations really bringing our globe a little smaller, shrinking the globe and bringing us all together on this day, the last day of the 1900s. We are down at the Hyatt where we're going to be covering all of the downtown celebrations tonight, along with Bill Peterson and Mike Catalano. We've all checked in here and people sensing, I think, that the mood is beginning to build for quite a party tonight.
Yeah, we came down about 2 o'clock. You could already see the people just becoming excited and locating different things within the Hyatt and around town and just kind of trying to figure out what they were going to do and where they were going to be during the night tonight.
He found the hot tub.
Yeah.
Very quick.
First thing.
He was right up there.
He says it's Y2K proof, too. He was very happy about that. So.
It certainly looks like a celebration not only for all the people here, but all around town, some family celebrations as well.
Yeah, there are a lot of things going on like that, too, Don. I think it's pretty much whatever you would enjoy doing tonight. We certainly know a lot of people are home with their families and hopefully watching us this evening as we bring you Rochester's celebration, but there are different events. There's the ESL Center's having one, and certainly the one in Pittsburgh that's going on tonight, too.
All right. We're here at the Hyatt, as we said. If we look in the other room, we can see the bands getting warmed up for tonight. This is the scene of the main ballroom at the Hyatt, and they're getting bands checked, the drums in order, and sound checks in order as well. I suspect quite the same scene out in Pittsburgh right now, where there is a family celebration that's going to take place this evening at St. John Fisher College.
I'm here to tell you that I'm Y2K compliant, Don.
Boy, you're all set.
I am indeed.
I don't know if we widen out, I'm afraid to see what Doug looks like. Just as bad.
But I'll be happy to loan them.
Trying to be the middleman between the dignity of downtown and this. No, we are going to party with families here tonight, Don, in Pittsburgh, and a nice even number predicted for this crowd here at the St. John Fisher Athletic Center, right around 2,000 people.
They are 50 tickets shy of 2,000, and I think what will distinguish us from other events, like many going on, is that there will be little party goers here. I think probably easily half of the people will be children here. A lot of people said, hey, we want to make this a family event, so that's what they did here in many towns across Monroe County in the area, Doug.
Yeah, they either couldn't get sitters or they didn't want sitters, I guess. Out in Brockport, we visited there yesterday where they've got quite a celebration planned. Family celebration early on and later on a dinner dance. And they were setting up at the Seymour Union at Brockport State yesterday. And it's not just Brockport, it's Sweden, Clarkson, and Brockport together, and that's how they've kind of themed it with the 3 rooms decorated there. And then as we come back to take a live look at the celebration preparations here in Pittsburgh, the band is warming up here, and as you look out there, you see kind of a gold and, what is that, gold, purple, and black color theme here tonight. And again, they're expecting around 2,000. Family celebration, not just Pittsburgh folks, a lot of their guests as well.
Events like this taking place in Henrietta. We're about 3 hours away from where things will begin, and we'll bring you the story throughout the evening, Don.
Okay, we'll check back with you, of course, in an hour from now and throughout the evening as well out at St. John Fisher College, a family celebration. Speaking of family celebrations, other family celebrations as well. One is downtown here in Rochester. Rochester Magazine, just across the street here at the First Federal Plaza, is putting on festivities to benefit the Al Siegel Center. The ESL Center has a family event too.
Yeah, they'll be doing some skating and that type of thing that's been opened up for families to go out and just enjoy themselves.
Okay. Jane Flash is in the ballroom, and we'll be covering a lot of our activities throughout the night. Jane, we want to touch base with you and see how the sound checks are going.
Hi there, Don. The room is decked out, and you can see so am I. We're all set to go. The band has already started warming up. I'm the only one out here dancing so far, but if you look up at the ceiling here at the Hyatt, you can see there are big balloons stuffed with confetti. They are all set for the big celebration. About 8 hours from now, that confetti will drop. This is not the only floor where there will be celebrations here at the Hyatt. Throughout the evening, we will take you elsewhere. We will take you to a shagadelic disco, 70s-style disco downstairs, and also do a little gambling with you later, so you'll want to stay tuned.
All right, we'll check back with you, Jane. I can only imagine what it's going to be like when we add people to the equation here tonight. We're just getting through it now. As we watch the new year unfold around the world, we have found there have been very few Y2K glitches that everyone has been talking about. Just in case, though, we are prepared here, the Office of Emergency Preparedness, and that's where we find Christine Rogers to tell us what they have planned there. Christine?
Well, as you can see behind me, Don, right at the moment, all is quiet here. There are actually more reporters and photographers than anyone else, but that will change by 7 o'clock. About 25 agencies will be represented here, including the New York State Police, the Department of Transportation, County Fire, and other organizations such as that. The last time this was in place, you might recall, was in March for our blizzard when a state of emergency was declared in the Monroe County. Not the case, so at least what they're expecting tonight. But this is a just in case, and this certainly isn't unique, Don. These types of operations are set up at various counties around the state. As a matter of fact, the state operations emergency services has been in place, mobilized since yesterday.
Okay, well, we will check back with you throughout the evening as well, Christine, and certainly an hour from now as well. And we'll be back in just a moment with more of our live coverage as we count down to the year 2000.
Now that's a dog.
A sandwich just isn't a sandwich without the tangy zip of Miracle Whip.
Welcome to the new century and to the new Gary Johnston's RV Center.
We've moved our sales department just down the road to a bigger and better facility to showcase hundreds of new and used RVs. Now we can expand our current parts, truck cap, and service departments to better serve the Gary Johnston customer. If you're looking for a tech camper, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or motorhome, or need parts or service, you got to see the new Gary Johnston's RV Center.
So come on down Route 21 North in Palmyra and visit the camping experts at Gary Johnston's RV.
You'll be glad you did.
It's the biggest game New York has ever seen. There are stacks and stacks and stacks of 50s.
And sheets of $100 bills galore.
There are reams of 20s, too.
And still there's more to do.
To crank up 10 or 20 million more. We just love the thrill of making money. Lots and lots of lovely money. You could be brilliant, counting your millions. Stack it up to reach the stars.
New York Millennium Millions. Now 100 million and growing.
Throughout the 1900s, Ford has made automotive history countless times. And to bring the century to a close, we're doing it again. Presenting 21st Century Celebration from your local Ford dealer. Now, lease the 2000 Ford Explorer XLT for just $289 a month. That's just $289 a month. Save on F-Series, Ranger, and more with low financing and big cash back, like 3.9 financing plus $1,000 cash back on F-150. Deals this good come around once a century. So visit your local Ford dealer today. When century clearance ends, it's history.
And we are back, broadcasting live from the Hyatt Hotel, as we will be throughout the entire evening, covering the festivities of not only the party here, but parties around downtown, and as we heard a moment ago, out in Pittsburgh as well, and checking in on some of the official agencies. We'll also be keeping a tab on the weather here tonight, and Bill Peterson's here to tell us what we can expect. Not a bad night to be on.
Oh, gosh, no. Kind of promised this last night that driving would not be a concern tonight. It will not be. Roads are in great shape right now. The weather is certainly cooperating, and it will continue to do so tomorrow morning early. In fact, it will warm up overnight tonight. High tomorrow, 44 degrees.
All right. And sports as well continues as we wind down the 1900s and look ahead to a new year.
Well, one thing that people are still ready about is the Bills. And coming up in the next hour, we'll hear from Rob Johnson as he gets ready for his first start of the season. He's been waiting on that. And one other thing we have coming up a little after 6, we'll count down our top 5 moments from the 90s for Rochester area sports fans. You'll be interested to see what ended up as #1 for the 90s for Rochester sports fans.
Okay, and we'll be looking for that.
All right.
I want to make sure, too, that you all have your Millennium Lotto tickets, because you're not going to be able to go out and buy one at this point, I wouldn't think. Did you do that?
No.
You didn't get your Millennium?
I saved $1.
Oh, okay. Well, we will be having, of course, the live broadcast of that. Yolanda Vega will be joining for that exactly at 6:27 this evening. Yeah, 6:27 when that drawing will take place. You're looking now at a live picture of Manhattan Square Park. We remind you there are going to be festivities there as well throughout the evening. Fireworks display at Manhattan Square Park. If you're coming downtown tonight, you'll want to be advised that some of the roads will be closing as the evening progresses. The Court Street Bridge will be closing. That is closed now. The Main Street Bridge closes down about 8 o'clock tonight. Woodbury Boulevard and South Avenue closing between 11 and 12 this evening as well. So all of that taking place as we continue our coverage here of 13-2000. And of course, we'll be back in just an hour from now, about 18 minutes after 5 o'clock with more, and that live lotto drawing at 6:27.
Announcing the Nissan Year End Countdown event. For 14 days, just 336 hours, Nissan is offering some of the best deals of the year. Now get $500 in addition to existing incentives when you purchase or lease the new 2000 Altima, Quest, Sentra, Frontier, even Pathfinder. That's a total of $2,500 or more in savings. So what are you waiting for? You've just let another 30 seconds go by. This $2,500 or more in savings ends January 3rd.
There's still time to play the biggest game New York has ever seen. It's one night, one drawing, and one really big jackpot. It's New York Millennium Millions, with a jackpot that's now $100 million and still growing.
Mama's got the night of daddy's running the show. You wanna keep me happy is what you gotta know.
So they can bring you up to date on local news, but I hope you'll come back and spend the evening with us. I'm Peter Jennings in Times Square.
ABC from WOKR Rochester. This is 13-2000.
Good evening, I'm Don Alhart, broadcasting live from the Hyatt Hotel in downtown Rochester as we continue our coverage of 13-2000. As you see in the corner of your screen right now, about 6 hours and 41 minutes away from welcoming in this brand new year. Mike Catalana and Bill Peterson have joined me here at the Hyatt tonight, and as we can hear in the background, people getting ready.
The drummer's working. The drummer's working.
Yeah, bands are ready. Should be a fun night for the people here at the Hyatt.
All right, we're going to check out weather and sports in just a minute. One of the big events, of course, for this evening is going to be the Millennium Lotto drawing. That is coming up at exactly 6:27. You will see it only here live in Rochester tonight on News Source 13 as we continue our special coverage. $100 million in that jackpot. And here to tell us more about the Millennium drawing is News Source 13's Shalonda Roberts.
We are in downtown Rochester at Worldwide News, where you can see there are a line of people behind me buying a special lottery ticket. It's the New York Millennium Million, a once-in-a-lifetime chance to win $100 million. It's one night, one dream, and one big jackpot. If you play, $2 and 6 lucky numbers is all you need to win $100 million. The New York State Lottery created the Millennium Million tickets in honor of the new millennium. Sales for the tickets began December 5th, but merchants say sales have skyrocketed the last 2 days before the new year. So, of course, we asked those buying tickets, what would they do if they won $100 million?
Probably go back to Florida and relax and enjoy my golden years.
If I won $100 million, I'd make sure that my family, first of all, was set up right, and then I'd give some away, of course, and then save the rest.
Of course, I wouldn't miss my chance at winning $100 million. And if I won, I too would take a special trip, take care of the family, and of course, don't expect me in work tomorrow. For News Source 13, I'm Shalonda Roberts.
Shalonda Roberts and Yolanda Vega will be drawing at exactly 6:27 this evening. A live drawing for $100 million, and if Shalonda wins, that may be the last time you ever see her here on News Source 13. We are back at the Hyatt Hotel, and gentlemen, we mentioned the drummer a little bit a few minutes ago, and I think we got a shot of him warming up there. This is the power company. Now he takes a break. See, now he knows. You can keep going in there. Give us a little drum. There he goes. Power Company, one of my favorite groups in town, and we're going to be hearing them at the Hyatt tonight. So with a little drum music, we're going to take a drum roll back to the studio right now where Mary McCombs is standing by. Mary, good music down here.
Yeah, well, quite an introduction with those drums, that's for sure.
We want to share some other news of this day.
Okay, thanks, Don. We'll head back and check with you in a few minutes here. But we begin in Irondequoit. Some tense moments for customers at a restaurant on East Ridge Road there this morning. The driver of a car jumped the curb and crashed into the East Ridge family restaurant. Officials say some people suffered cuts from broken glass that was flying.
It looks like, as far as the structure is concerned, I don't think any major supports have been damaged inside the building. But that will be up to the building department. That's their decision whether the building can remain open or not.
Now, the driver of the car was taken to the hospital suffering from some minor injuries today. A convicted murderer will not be getting a new trial. An appellate court upheld the 1992 conviction of Frank Sterling. He was found guilty in the beating death of 74-year-old Viola Manville of Hilton. Sterling is serving a sentence of 25 years to life in prison. Well, on this last day of the century, Monroe County's executive is ready to take on the challenges of office in the new year.
And you can repeat after me. I, Jack Doyle.
I, Jack Doyle.
Do some executive.
Jack Doyle took the oath of office this morning. Doyle says in the new year, he will be working to make the community a better place to live. Several other local dignitaries were on hand for this morning's inauguration. And now we send it back to the Hyatt, where Don is standing by with more from the Hyatt downtown tonight.
All right, thank you, Mary. And Mary McComb is back in our studio tonight. A lot of activities taking place here downtown tonight. We're going to share them as this evening unfolds, including the fireworks displays, one at the Manhattan Square Park about 7 o'clock, and of course the big display here at midnight tonight. Midnight is the bewitching hour. A lot of interest in what happens at midnight. One of the things we always look for in the new year is the first baby born, and this will be the first baby in the year 2000. Liz Bonus, our medical reporter, has more on that.
The true test of all those Millennium baby kits is tonight, and already here at Strong Memorial Hospital, they are anxiously awaiting that first baby of the new year.
It's getting exciting. I think a lot of people really want to have their babies, and we're starting to get a little bit busier.
Hi, sweetie. But Danielle Alexander is grateful her bundle of joy is already 2 days old.
Yes, I am. I really am. I didn't want to be, I don't know, part of a big deal.
No doubt Noelle is still a futuristic baby.
She's got her own computer already, so she's ready for the new millennium.
The babies born after the first of the year will all receive a special hat here.
We're going to give them to all the babies that are born tonight, all the millennium babies.
And while every birth is a miracle, the Millennium Miracle is bound to be quite another bundle of joy. Now, we will be following several moms already in labor here this evening and be back with more on the Millennium Baby. Reporting from Strong Memorial Hospital, I'm Liz Bonus for News Source 13 2000.
All right, and thank you, Liz. And more of our coverage of 13 2000 in just a moment.
Put a Bible in the time capsule because I think that word is what will change our hearts, and I think that it's timeless. I think that it will be just as.
Your dreams of a memorable wedding day begin at the Bridal Bell and Tuck Shop on West Henrietta Road. Our professional bridal consultants will help you find the perfect wedding gown. Choose from a wide selection of styles and accessories from petite to plus sizes, and you're sure to find the right dress for your attendants and flower girls too. There are even tuxedos and formal wear for the groom and his party at the Bridal Bell. For personal service and a commitment to making your special day complete, come to the Bridal Bell and Tuck Shop, the second best part about getting married.
This winter, try something new. Stay healthy. Introducing new Hall's Defense. Each lozenge has 100% of the vitamin C you need every day. Get new Hall's Defense and get going.
At Clover's incredible half-off after Christmas sale. Get up to 50% off everything in stock, including floor models and new slate pool tables, overstock spas and hot tubs, gas fireplaces and gas logs. Plus, get no payment and no interest financing for 6 months at Clover.
Watching you, babe, makes me so hungry inside. You got all those cheesy noodles. Oh, how can I make them mine? I can't get enough of those
one in the blue box because it's the cheesiest. Kraft cheese and macaroni.
I got the blues.
The best actors, the best plays, the best stage around. This is Jiva Theater, now on stage.
Waiting for Godot, a 20th century masterpiece. Waiting for Godot is like a kiss. You can't explain it, you'll just feel it. A play to be felt with your heart and enjoyed with your brain. For tickets, call 232-JIVA. Don't miss Waiting for Godot at Jiva Theater.
And our coverage 13-2000 continuing now from the Hyatt Hotel. There's an old phrase, neither wind nor rain nor snow will keep the postmen from their appointed rounds. It will also not keep the fireworks from their appointed rounds tonight, Bill. In fact, the only thing I've heard today is real high winds might be a problem. But other than that, they say everything's a go, and I don't think we have any winds to worry about.
Yeah, it will be just a little breezy tonight, but certainly that will not be a problem as far as the fireworks are concerned. And temperatures, they'll start cold in the 20s, but they'll warm up overnight. So if you're going out to watch the fireworks tonight, dress warmly, enjoy them. Roads will be in great shape. You won't have to worry about ice or snow.
All right, we'll look for that tonight. Mike Catalano also here, and we're keeping an eye on sports this evening.
Yeah, well, everybody knows the Bills have their last regular season game coming up this week. Don, they played the Colts, and one thing we just found out, Sam Gash is not going to play for the Bills. He's on the inactive list. He's going to take this week off, but Rob Johnson is going to play. This is action from last year. Rob finally getting his chance to start for this year, and he's looking forward to it.
I'm 27, and, I haven't played too much. I look around the league, and a lot of guys have gotten more playing time that, I wish I was, yeah, I mean, you see other people in there, and you think, hey, I wish I was getting those snaps and getting those starts and getting better that way, and, so it hasn't helped not playing.
But he'll start this week, and remember, that game blacked out of local television, still tickets remain.
Okay, and thank you, Mike.
All right.
And that's it for now here from the Hyatt Hotel downtown. We also do want to take a moment to remind you that Doug Emledge and Ginny Ryan are going to be out at St. John Fisher College, the big Pittsburgh celebration there. We'll be checking in with them a little bit later on. And that Millennium drawing coming up at 6:27.
Hi, I'm Yolanda Vega. The New York Millennium Millions jackpot is now $100 million. Watch the live drawing on New Year's Eve at 6:27 p.m. on News Source 13.
If you're looking for antiques, gifts, collectibles, or home decorating ideas, the place to go is Antiques at Ontario Plaza. With over 200 dealers under one roof, Antiques at Ontario Plaza is in nearby Farmington, just 2 miles south of Thruway Exit 44 on Route 332. You're sure to find something for everyone at this unique showcase of exceptional merchandise. From furniture and lamps to toys, tools, and surprises, you'll find what you're looking for at Antiques at Ontario Plaza, open from 10 to 6 every day.
The best actors, the best plays, the best stage around. Join us and make our season complete. For information, call 232-JIVA.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good evening, I'm Don Alhart, broadcasting live from the Hyatt Hotel downtown. Scene of one of many parties in our community this evening as we look forward to the year 2000 and counting down to midnight. You can see about 5 hours and 41 minutes away. Bill Peterson, Mike Catalano have also joined us here. Bill, you were just looking over, people need transportation. There is some free transportation.
We talked about the fact roads weather's not going to be a problem tonight, but it's still, if you don't want to drive downtown, the RTS bus between 6:30 and 2 a.m. tomorrow will be offering a free bus ride, so you can certainly take advantage of that to get all around downtown.
All right, if you're here at the Hyatt tonight, plenty of music. We're here warming up.
They're getting ready. We're going to take a look inside at what's going on in the main ballroom here, and you can see, hey, there's the disco ball for the Power Company. They're all set to go tonight. The band's going to be playing this evening for people who are here for the big celebration at the Hyatt.
And music as well out in Pittsburgh tonight, out at St. John Fisher College. That's the scene of a big family party that's going on out there. And Doug Emledge and Ginny Ryan are part of that family.
Great to see the disco ball there. It takes Mike Catalano back to his high school days, which is great. You know, Don, this is the great compromise event for so many people who wanted to celebrate in a very public way, but still wanted to be with the family. We're expecting, as I'm wearing on my head here, 2,000 people here tonight. It is virtually a sellout.
It is a sellout crowd. There are 3 bands here, a lot going on, and also it won't be quite the Eiffel Tower in Paris, but they are having fireworks, indoor fireworks, and people have asked me, what can we expect from indoor fireworks? Well, we went behind the scenes today with the people from Young Explosives to see what indoor fireworks are all about, and actually these are more precise fireworks, more easily controlled, and they probably should more appropriately be called special effects, and they are used often in part of a bigger show, a band, a party, and this is exactly what we're going to have here, a bigger show. It's one element at midnight that will be going on as we celebrate the new year.
And indoors, the effect certainly is going to be spectacular. We've had some calls at the station, people who want to come out to this event tonight. If you are coming out, you're a ticket holder. There's parking throughout the Fisher campus, the St. John Fisher campus, with shuttle bus service running around, or you can park at the park and ride lot down 31F.
Yeah, this is a family event, so we expect about half of the 2,000 to be children, and hopefully, I think they'll be holding up better than their parents. This is one of many family events going on throughout the area, some advertised, some unadvertised, but I think it's a momentous occasion, and people, Don, wanted to spend it with their loved ones, their kids, as well as friends and family.
And I assume you'll have a chance to spend it with your families as well out there tonight?
They'll be here.
We have a few folks expected to join us in a few minutes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, we'll check with you throughout the evening as well, Doug and Jenny out at the St. John Fisher College campus. They talked about fireworks a little bit, and there will be some fireworks downtown. First, the early eve, and we'll be with Norma Holland in just a couple of minutes to preview that over at Manhattan Square. Also, of course, the big fireworks display down here at midnight tonight. And we're just a few minutes away now from the live Lotto drawing. We'll have that in just a couple of minutes. We'll be right back with more of 13-2000.
Party's over.
Time for New Year's resolutions. This year I'll be more generous.
How about new furniture?
This year I'll be thriftier.
Then go to Raymore and Flanagan's New Year's sale, when everything's on sale.
I'll accept only the best.
All famous brand names are included, with delivery in 3 days or less guaranteed.
I'll be more frugal.
Frugal is good. How about interest-free financing?
And I'll stop procrastinating.
Good, because the sale's only on Saturday.
I resolved to go to Raymore and Flanagan.
I love New Year's.
Sorry I'm late. Stanley?
Excuse me, sir. Your seat?
The Integra from Acura. Go places. Lease the Integra today at your local Acura dealer.
Some things have a way of changing your whole outlook. Like the Chrysler year-end event, because now you can drive the 300M with 0.9 APR for over $5,000 in finance savings. The Chrysler year-end event, it can have a profound influence on you. Buy 300M with 0.9 APR for over $5,000 in finance savings.
Happy holidays.
From all of us at News Source 13.
And we are back at the Hyatt Hotel, 13-2000 coverage continuing. There is some activity already downtown. In fact, it's been underway since 4 o'clock over at Manhattan Square Park. And that's where we find News Source 13's Norma Holland to tell us what's been going on and what we can look forward to. Looks like a few skaters out there, but we could probably use a few more.
That's right, Don. It's been a great night out here so far. The weather's been great, and so are the people. And why wouldn't they be? Since 4 o'clock, they've been able to skate for free down here at the Manhattan Square Park. Hundreds are out here showing their best moves on the ice. The event gives families a chance to get in some New Year's Eve partying a little early and catch some New Year's and millennium fever. Now, as we speak, people are beginning to file over to the area where the fireworks are going to be down here at the park. And so that'll happen at 7 o'clock. The crews, the Young Explosives, people are getting everything ready. And all of this precedes the huge fireworks display that's going to happen down here just before midnight. We'll have all of that for you, Don, and have a full report from downtown and show you where this is the place to be.
All right. Thank you, Norma Holland over at Manhattan Square Park. As we said, that gets underway about 7 o'clock. If you're heading downtown for the fireworks display and we have time, we'll share with you some of the streets that will be closed. You may want to head this way before 11 o'clock or around 11 o'clock to make sure you take all of that in. You also want to keep an eye to the weather, and so far it seems to be cooperating very well on this New Year's Eve. I don't think people should have much problem getting around anywhere.
Driving tonight will be a great time as far as the weather's concerned. It will be cold, temperatures down in the 20s tonight, but then tomorrow we'll warm right back up into the 40s. So if you're staying someplace overnight, heading home tomorrow, a nice day tomorrow.
All right. And as I recall, pretty much staying in the 30s at night for a few days.
Yeah, it will stay mild up until about Monday, and then it starts to cool down again as another storm heads our way.
So we're getting back to winter.
You got it.
Well, this is good weather for us as we celebrate downtown tonight. Mike Catalano is here, not only joining in the party, but keeping an eye on sports for us.
And looking back a little bit, too, Don. You know, we look back, of course, on the century and the millennium and everything else. How about the decade of the 90s for sports? Last night, we took you through our top 10, from number 10 to number 6, of moments for Rochester sports fans. Let's do the top 5 right now. We'll start with the Rochester Rhinos. Remember it, back in 1998? They won their championship, beating Minnesota at Frontier Field. What a way to cap off a great season for the Rhinos. That was at number 5. At number 4, remember this, 1993, the Bills' wild card comeback. One of the greatest games in NFL history. Down 34-3, they come back to win and go to a Super Bowl. For number 3 on our list, we go to hockey. The Rochester Americans in 1996 winning the Calder Cup. Coach John Tortorella and company beat the Portland Pirates to win it all here at the War Memorial. Number 2, back to the Bills. Will wrap up their 4 Super Bowls, really looking back at the first one, 1991. And sorry, Bills fans, that's the moment that'll live forever. Wide right, Scott Norwood. That was as close as the Bills would get to winning it. And the number 1 sporting event of the 90s for Rochester fans, the Ryder Cup, a worldwide event that came to Rochester at Oak Hill Country Club. Unfortunately for Rochester fans, it was the European team, Nick Faldo and company, that won the Ryder Cup and did it right here at Oak Hill. That was the global event. That was the event probably bigger than anything, but Rhinos fans and Red Wings fans and Amherst fans certainly remember their champions.
We all remember those days early in the morning. A little chilly out there, too.
Gosh, yes, it was.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Bill, for joining us as well. We're just about 35 seconds away now from the $100 million Millennium drawing. If you're curious and you're holding a ticket, the odds is the last odds I have here, 52,969,000 to 1 for the Millennium drawing. $100 million. If you look back, the Lotto has been in existence now for 32 years. This is the largest jackpot in Lotto history. And Yolanda Vega standing by now live. Get your tickets out, get your numbers ready. We wish you all good luck as we take you live to Schenectady, New York for the $100 Millennium Million Lotto drawing. Yolanda?
It's time for the drawing for the biggest game New York has ever seen, with the biggest jackpot New York has ever seen. It's New York Millennium Millions from the New York Lottery.
Good evening, New York. The moment you've been waiting for is almost here. In just a few seconds, we'll be drawing for a jackpot of $100 million. But first, as director of the New York Lottery, I want to thank you for having such a terrific year. The revenue brought in by all New York Lottery games helps educate our children, which is what the lottery has been doing since 1967. And now, let's watch someone we all know start the drawing.
Good evening, everyone. For the New York Lottery, I'm Yolanda Vega. Welcome to the New York Millennium Millions drawing being held live in Times Square on the biggest night of the year, December 31st, 1999. Tonight, you could win or share a jackpot of $100 million. First, the 5 winning numbers from 1 through 50 are 39, 23, 38, 8, and 46. Tonight's drawing is being observed by an independent auditor from KPMG. And now for the Millennium Millions Ball. The winning number from 1 through 25 is number 14. That makes the New York Millennium Millions winning numbers 39, 23, 38, 8, 46, and number 14. Thank you and Happy New Year!
The best part of having my own TV show is to get to work with such great actors. I mean, to be able to watch it work.
perhaps it is a discordant note, Peter, but the only times I have seen pictures of London with explosions like this bring back memories of the Second World War and what it must have been like with bombs raining down on London. This country has been through so much in this century, and it is wonderful to see it celebrate this way.
Well, let's very briefly, don't go away, Charlie. We'll be right back in a moment, see whether they can light the Thames on fire after all. But let's check in very quickly elsewhere in Europe with Portugal.
Square. Billy Joel performs live from Madison Square Garden. Aerosmith's in Japan. Magical surprises from David Blaine and more. Plus Y2K updates. ABC 2000. 24 incredible hours continues.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Yes, from ABC 2000 to 13-2000, we are live here at the Hyatt Hotel in downtown Rochester. Don Alhart, along with Mike Catalana and Bill Peterson, as we kick off all of the evening festivities. We're going to be checking in with Doug and Ginny and a few others in just a moment as well. I wanted to give you a couple of little updates. One, some people are a little concerned about Y2K, and if they still are, at least one store going to meet their needs.
I thought this was kind of interesting. The Chase Pitkin store in Henrietta is going to stay open until 2 o'clock in the morning. So obviously in our area, especially this time of the year, there's always a possibility of power outages and everything. They're going to be ready there. They're going to be ready. They're going to stay open. They'll answer questions, anything you need, if there is a problem, or maybe you just want to go hang out and start the new year at Chase Pitkin, right?
You'd probably go over there, right?
And get a little, you know, handyman stuff done, right?
You'd be all set. A little bit earlier, downtown here tonight at Manhattan Square Park, there was a fireworks display, the first of two that will be taking place here in the Rochester area. Norma Holland was out at Manhattan Square Park and showed us some of those festivities about 7 o'clock tonight. And if you're here around midnight, we're going to have some more to show you. You may want to tell people where to look for that.
Yeah, I mean, come downtown. You're going to be able to see it from almost anywhere, but the best viewing locations are going to be on the Broad Street Bridge, Main Street Bridge, Exchange Boulevard, Mount Hope Avenue, and Chestnut Street near the Strong Museum. And also, there's going to be a widescreen TV attached on the west side of the Skyway, between the 4 Point Sheraton and the Rochester Riverside Convention Center. So really get downtown. You can see the fireworks from almost anywhere, but there are certain places where you maybe get a little better view, and it should be just tremendous. It should be something like 5 times more intense than they were for 4th of July.
It's going to be something. We'll be watching that. We'll be watching here from the Hyatt Hotel, where we are going to be throughout the evening. We want to remind you that you know, things are very busy, even though the food is not all in place yet. The crew has been busy all day. I think we have a shot of everyone lined up. Here are some of the people at Hyatt. Give yourselves a round of applause. These are the people that have been working hard in the kitchen all day. In fact, we sent News Source 13's Jane Flash into the kitchen earlier to see how all of these folks were preparing for 1,300 revelers.
How many chefs does it take to fix a millennium menu? At least 40 working full-time, and that was beginning months ago.
The challenge this year was the Y2K thing, so you have to be prepared way in advance.
40 legs of lamb, 240 whole salmon, 240 pounds of cheese. And then there are all of those desserts.
This is all Italian desserts. Cassata, tartafara, tiramisu.
Boy, and in the honor of the millennium, no calories in any of those. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Chef Okono's kitchen is working like a well-oiled machine so far. At the height of its busiest time in this kitchen, what's it going to look like in here?
It's going to be like a battlefield, like a battlefield.
And that battlefield should start in about an hour or so. We are standing in front of some of the handiwork of one of the people who works here. This is one of 2 ice sculptures, the tallest one. It is a man and woman dancing. Now, we are told this started out as 3 300-pound blocks of ice. It was carved with a chisel and a chainsaw, believe it or not. It now weighs 750 pounds, and you should have seen him try to get it up there very carefully tonight. And you can see it's already melting a little bit of it, but it should be something something really special for the people here to see tonight. By the way, I did ask the chef when he gets to celebrate the millennium, and he said it probably will be about 3 a.m.
He'll celebrate with us when we're done broadcasting.
Well, I'll be in there together.
We're going to take a look, I think, a little bit later on. One of our photojournalists put together a piece on those ice sculptures, so we'll be looking forward to seeing that. We can call your attention to the clock up in the right-hand corner of your screen, 4 hours and 25 minutes plus a few seconds before we hit the midnight hour here in Rochester and throughout the area. And that includes Pittsburgh, New York, out on the St. John Fisher College campus. Doug Emblers, Ginny Ryan standing by there for the Family Fun celebration, and a packed house there as well.
Yes. And the party is already beginning here. We will be 2,000 strong when we're in full swing, and the room is about halfway full at this point, isn't it, Doug?
Green Eggs and Dan are on stage now, 2 bands yet to come.
And we have indoor fireworks, and you'll see everything from tuxedos, I noticed, to dungarees and everything in between. Families and neighborhoods are here, too.
We saw the neatest thing just a few minutes ago. We got a request to step outside, and there was a group of neighbors from a Fairport street, and they were on a scavenger hunt, a New Year's Eve scavenger hunt, and one of the things they had to get was their picture with a celebrity. They couldn't find any, so Ginny and I had to do, but it was what a neat idea. They got neighbors all out over the city trying to find different things on New Year's Eve, and they'll all be back together for midnight.
And the one thing that draws us all together here, I think, is children. I think we're all here because we want to celebrate with children. Sure. So we asked some of them earlier, what is this thing called the millennium to you?
Because we all get to start new, and I'm still alive in the new millennium. It's sort of like happy because we're all starting fresh, sort of.
What are your hopes for the millennium?
Like not to have so many like wars and everything.
We're all lucky to be live in this very special celebration. And there's some of the celebration getting started. As Ginny said, we're expecting about 2,000 here tonight. They're not here yet, but we do have a co-anchor for us tonight.
A party animal,
would
you say?
This is Sid, the party animal, and he talks, we hope.
It's party time. It's party time.
You think this will get obnoxious by the end of the night?
Never. If that doesn't get obnoxious, I think my little glasses will, and your ears.
You know, this Sid, the party animal, was really hoping to join Bill in the hot tub. I don't know if that's possible.
We had to drag Bill out of there earlier today, and he keeps trying to go back. He made some new friends up there, I think.
Well, please share the pictures with us.
I'd like to know about that.
Doug and Ginny, thank you. We will check back with you, of course, a little bit later on the campus of St. John Fisher College as well. So it looks like it's going to be a fun time out there as we kind of look at all of the festivities around Rochester tonight. We have heard, I think, one term, and you're probably tired of hearing it over the past year, and that is Y2K. A lot of people wondering what's going to happen with computers once we hit the year 2000. Will we be able to still function? Will the planes be in the air? A lot of companies have been working on that, including Xerox here in Rochester. And News Source 13's Peter Robbins went over there to their command center to see if the Y2K theories are true.
We are here at the Xerox Y2K Command Center in Rochester, where they have been watching midnight march across the globe. Things got off to an early start here this morning as the company has been monitoring 17 different sites in 17 different time zones throughout the world. The first one they had their eye on was in New Zealand, where at 6 a.m. Eastern time, midnight struck. And the night will be a long one here. Actually, it'll continue well into the morning until midnight strikes in Hawaii, which will actually happen at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Employees here have been both making and taking telephone calls throughout the morning and throughout the day to all their different sites across the globe. Each site has a checklist that they have to go through to make sure that all of their critical systems are functioning properly. Sandy Lutrario is the director of the Y2K Command Center. She's been supervising things. Sandy, how have things gone across the world so far?
Well, we're really pleased. Things have been going real well across the world as we've continued to monitor and to talk to our other command center sites. So we're real pleased. It's looking good so far.
Okay, good luck the rest of the night. Thank you, Sandy. And the night is not over at midnight, of course. They'll be watching their Y2K systems well into the first quarter of the year 2000 to make sure that as employees come back to work and all Xerox systems become functional and up and running, things run smoothly. Reporting from the Xerox Y2K Command Center, Peter Robbins, News Source 13.
Thank you, Peter. We have been aware of not only the companies in the area, Kodak and Xerox, Bausch & Lomb and others, a lot of utilities, RG&E, the Water Authority, making sure they are Y2K compatible. In addition to all of this, Monroe County itself, the Office of Emergency Preparedness, has been taking a look at things overall in Monroe County to make sure we're ready. Christine Rogers is down there live and joins us to tell us what they've been doing, what they're monitoring, and what they're looking for. Christine.
Well, Don, the Emergency Operations Center is in full swing. Everyone began arriving about a half an hour. There are about 25 agencies represented here, Don. County Fire, Sheriff, State Police, the DOT, RG&E, and many others. They've been here, as I mentioned, for about the past half hour. They usually convene for an unplanned event. In this case, of course, we've known about this for a while, and lots of people have been preparing. Muffy Meisenzahl is joining me. She's in charge of this operation tonight. Why was the decision made to mobilize tonight?
Well, we're not unlike any county across the nation, quite frankly, tonight. Everyone in a preparedness mode in case there are any problems, not only Y2K, but things happen at any time, and we're always prepared 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So in this case, we have a good idea of time frame of when something could happen, and it's a matter of preparedness and readiness.
It's usually a storm that brings us here. The March was the last one, but this is a little unique, isn't it?
Most of our events are natural phenomenon, storms, windstorms, blizzards, floods, kind of weather-related things.
But you're not anticipating many problems tonight?
Well, the National Weather Service has given us a good forecast for tonight and tomorrow, so hopefully there will be no problems due to the weather.
Great. Muffy Meisenzahl, thank you very much. We expect a rather quiet here evening tonight. And as she mentioned, this really is not unique. There are plenty of counties around the state that have similar operations up and running, Don, just in case.
Yeah. I think there's something probably reassuring just for us to show people and people at home tonight, knowing all of those people are there, most of them expecting no problems, but the fact that they're in place in case is reassuring to us.
That's right. They're all here and they're ready if need be.
All right. And meteorologist Bill Peterson says his forecast is a good one for them, too. You can pass it on to Muffy if you want. Thank you. Christine Rogers over at the Office of Emergency Preparedness. And we have to remind everyone that we have our weather here as well. We've been talking about ice, not ice out on the roads or ice on the streets, but ice here at the Hyatt. We showed you a little bit earlier some of the ice sculptures that have been made. We thought it might be interesting to take a look at how those are put together. So we sent our photojournalist, Sarah Carpenter, out to show you.
You can't just freeze a gallon of milk jug and get a block of ice and start chipping away. It's all cloudy and full of air. It takes about 3 days to make 2 blocks of ice. So it's a pretty slow process in the freezing part of it. And you have to have a real vision for it and be able to see the sculpture actually before it's done. It's very peaceful and relaxing. You know, when you're just doing it down on the back dock here. Really what I enjoy most is the competitiveness of it. Recently I placed second in the national championships. It's a great accomplishment and there leaves room for one more place, so that's what we're headed for. It's when the piece is done and up on display, it's the oohs and ahs. You know, and the people that are satisfied, that's what matters. That's always a tough thing. A lot of people ask you that question, you know, how can you stand to let it melt and, you know, diminish away to nothing? And that's what makes you the ice sculptor, you know, and keep the business coming back. It's gone.
And here is the finished product that is on display. Still quiet here in the ballroom level of the Hyatt. All of the party revelers are up in their rooms. They will be coming down about 8:30. In fact, we're going to change and get ready for that ourselves as we cover all of the activities here at the Hyatt and downtown Rochester for 13-2000 as we look to the new millennium. One of the big events was the Millennium Lottery drawing, the $100 million drawing. There are the numbers on your screen that were pulled tonight: 8, 23, 38, 39, 46, and that separate millennium number was 14. And we'll be right back.
The Dow Jones Industrials ended the
I always tell my boys, Vinny and Angelo, the owners of Inauguration Dodge, that their January sales are like the Super Bowl. It's the biggest one of the year, the best of the best, and it's action-packed.
At the Irondequoit Dodge Boys' huge January sale, $139 a month will score you a 2000 Neon. Catch a Stratus or Breeze loaded with options for just $89.95 or $159 a month, and that's with 0 down. Buy a new 2000 Caravan and take 5 years to pay with no interest charges, no finance charges. In January, Irondequoit Dodge has it all on sale.
Rochester Linoleum and Carpet One New Year's Carpet Sale, New Year's Day. 20 to 60% off all floor coverings. Thick carpeting, just $11.99 a square yard installed with pad. No payment, no interest for 12 months. Congolium No Wax Vinyl. Do a 9x12 room installed for just $199. Largest selection in upstate New York. Ready for immediate installation and covered by our lifetime installation guarantees. Wilson Art Laminate 8x10 room for just $4.99 installed. Our buying power will save you money. Rochester Linoleum and Carpet One New Year's Carpet Sale, New Year's Day, 11 a.m. till 6.
There's an old saying, something good comes out of every situation. That even holds true in death. Now, I know this isn't a happy subject, but it could have a happy ending. Did you know that in upstate New York, there are approximately 400 people waiting for liver, kidney, or kidney-pancreas transplants? If you want to do something good for your fellow man, if you want to leave behind a true legacy, then call the number below to get more information about being an organ donor. Most of all, make sure your loved ones know your wishes regarding organ donation. Share your life, share your decision.
Stop at the shop, Stereo Shop.
You give someone a gift from the Stereo Shop, they're happy. Guaranteed.
From $20 Walkmans to $2,000 big screens, we've got it all.
And Stereo Shop will beat any local price. That's right. TVs to VCRs, home audio to car audio, projections to camcorders, cellular to satellite. Stereo Shop will beat any local price.
We know that going the extra mile keeps our customers coming back again and again.
Come on! Stop at the shop, Stereo Shop.
Party's over.
Time for New Year's resolutions. This year I'll be more generous.
How about new furniture?
This year I'll be thriftier.
Then go to Raymore and Flanagan's New Year's sale, when everything's on sale.
I'll accept only the best.
All famous brand names are included, with delivery in 3 days or less guaranteed.
I'll be more frugal.
Frugal is good. How about interest-free financing?
And I'll stop procrastinating.
Good, because the sale's only on Saturday.
I resolved to go to Raymore and Flanagan.
I love New Year's.
And you're looking now live at the lobby of the Hyatt Regency. People beginning to arrive and come up to the ballroom, although you need, when you check in here, you need a road map, and they provide you with one to get around, not only to find where all the bands are playing, but to find the food, and we've carefully noted all of those things so we know where to go.
The bands, not the food.
Oh, yeah, the bands. Yeah. And we've got what? We've got Ruby Shoes, Power Company, your band, Coupe de Villes, you were looking, and a disco downstairs, so a lot of other music and things to keep us busy here. We want to keep an eye on the weather, too, as we look ahead to this night.
Weather is not going to be a concern tonight, nor will it be tomorrow. Tonight it will be cool. Temperatures will drop down into the 20s. For tomorrow, we'll see a mixture of sunshine and clouds. And look at that, 44 degrees on the first day of the new year.
Ski areas, though, have been making snow
they
on the
have
cold nights.
Tremendous skiing right now, Don. Tremendous skiing, downhill skiing, and some cross-country skiing in a few areas.
Okay. And sports, after this new year unfolds, the Buffalo Bills will be playing, but the game is blacked out, and teams have been shuffling around a little bit.
You know, the NFL's been preparing for Y2K for more than a year. They're getting ready. One of the things they've done is the teams like the Colts, who are coming in to play the Bills, came in today. They didn't want the teams traveling on the first of the year, so they're already in town getting ready for the game. Peyton Manning and company will be playing against the Bills. Bills lost to this team in the season opener. They know how good the Colts are.
You know, they're one of the surprising teams of the league this year. You know, going against them, you know, our defense is going to face a challenge of going against one of the better offenses in the National Football League. So it's a challenge for them, and it's a challenge for us, too. You know, we got a lot of pride on our side of the ball, too. We want to go out and want to play well and gain a little momentum going into the playoffs.
Of course, Thurman was hurt in that first game against the Colts, but he'll be playing. Sam Gash won't be, though. He's taking this week off.
All right. Well, that's it for the Hyatt right now. A reminder, we'll be back a little bit later on this evening to bring you all of the festivities on 13-2000.
It's like a dream.
New York Lotto. Will you be ready if it happens to you?
I'm Jim Kozlowski, the Wizard of Clay. I've been creating pottery for 37 years. Our tradition continues with my son, Jamie. Come watch us and our artists handcraft pottery every day. Choose that unique, one-of-a-kind piece for your home or office, or as a special holiday gift. Take the short ride to Bristol. We're on Route 28, just 3 miles east of Honeoye Lake, and we're open 7 days a week from 9 to 5. Come see the magic.
At Clover's incredible half-off after Christmas sale. Get up to 50% off everything in stock, including above-ground pool packages, overstock game tables, air hockey, and foosball tables. Get up to half off on slate pool tables from $7.99. Plus special financing. Only at Clover.
I always tell my boys, Vinny and Angelo, the owners of Inauguration Dodge, that their January sales are like the Super Bowl. It's the biggest one of the year, the best of the best, and it's action-packed.
At the Irondequoit Dodge Boys' huge January sale, $139 a month will score you a 2000 Neon. Catch a Stratus or Breeze loaded with options for just $89.95 or $159 a month, and that's with 0 down. Buy a new 2000 Caravan and take 5 years to pay with no interest charges, no finance charges. In January, Irondequoit Dodge has it all on sale.
You know, it's only once a year that the Men's Warehouse has a sale. But if it's a sale as big as this one, well, once is enough.
It takes a Men's Warehouse sale to beat a Men's Warehouse price.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Stop at the shop, stereo shop.
We bought our son's car stereo here.
Our daughter's TV.
Your CD player.
And now your big screen.
Yes.
We've got something for everyone. And Stereo Shop will beat any local price. That's right. TVs to VCRs, home audio to car audio, projections to camcorders, cellular to satellite. Stereo Shop will beat any local price.
At the Stereo Shop, customer satisfaction is everything.
Stop at the shop, stereo shop.
News Source 13's Fast Track. Fast Track 13 is so powerful it shows you when and where severe weather will strike. Its sophisticated projection even tells you what time the storm will hit. Rochester Radar Fast Track, only on News Source 13.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good evening, everyone. Don Alhart along with Mike Catalana, Bill Peterson. We are down at the Hyatt. We have a lot of new friends. Yeah. Bill's been out in the crowd whipping everybody up.
I'm going to run for office when I'm done with this.
You've had a good time out there.
Oh, yeah. They're having a ball. And I'll tell you, I made all 3 of the bands so far tonight, and they're all fantastic. Really
right.
good.
And any of the food tables, or you just happen to
I'm trying to skip over this and stick it to the radishes, at least for a while.
Please, radishes. I saw him eat, and he was all these people in the hot tub with him earlier.
They all came down to see what it's like. All the festivities taking place downtown. We're going to show you some of them right now. Jane Flash is on the other side of this wall where the music is playing. And Jane, how's it going inside?
Don, it's getting harder and harder to hear you, as you might guess. That's because last time we were here, I was the only one on the dance floor. Now tonight, I'm the only one, it seems, who's not on the dance floor. This group is rocking out to Power Company here tonight. Here at the Hyatt, though, dancing is not the only thing there is to do. There are 3 full floors of activities here. We caught up with people earlier in this evening who were getting digital pictures taken of this event, pictures that they will be able to purchase frames for and take home with them. We also caught up with some people downstairs who were part of a gambling saloon, and the stakes here are pretty high, we are told. The blue chips that you see at the table there are $500 chips. The red chips are $1,000 chips. I just happen to have one of those chips with me. By the way, Don, I didn't win this. They're just giving these things out. So if you want $1,000, I got it for you.
Okay, everyone is certainly enjoying things in there. I mean, you can sense the atmosphere here tonight. Jane, good to see you. Dance a little bit if you want. We'll get back to you in a few minutes. Another party is underway that we've been checking in throughout the night. That is out in Pittsburgh, St. John Fisher College. Doug still has, you get a new hat every time we come out there.
They're free.
He's a party animal. Hey, we're here with 2,000 very close friends. I think they're some of the youngest revelers on this New Year's. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Wow. And that's what this party is all about tonight. It's about celebrating with the young and old.
At 11 weeks old, Connor Hester is among the youngest partiers, with a very good chance of being around to ring in the year 2100. Hester Plain's first New Year's party was in 1905. She was honored tonight as a lifelong resident of Pittsburgh and promises to celebrate past midnight.
I want to sit up and hold a dollar bill in my hand so I'll have some money next year.
Just in case something happens.
That's right.
As a little girl, Esther could not have imagined this: digital cameras and Kodak software to make memories. What will these children remember about dancing the night away as the 1900s faded to black? This celebration was just right for about 2,000 people who wanted to be out tonight, but not away from family and friends.
And now you're looking at the crowd live in Pittsburgh. It's a sold-out event. And I think the one thing that all of the kids told us here tonight is that the new millennium was a chance for a fresh start. And I thought that was rather refreshing to hear from these children, appreciating that we're starting anew tonight. And we're having a lot of fun. Indoor fireworks at midnight.
Right.
We've got confetti and a good party, a very good crowd. And
it really is.
There are going to be some tired kids tomorrow.
Jenny has asked them all to stay awake. The town supervisor asked them all to stay in bed tomorrow
It's a directive.
Until 10 o'clock. So that's it from Pittsburgh for now. We'll be back later, Doug.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
The thought occurs to me that behind them they have young people who are not drinking because no alcohol is being served. Right. We have older people where alcohol is being served, and it's all the same behind us. Nobody changes. I'm not sure. This is the group at the Hyatt Regency, and everyone is certainly enjoying it. We have 56 minutes until we welcome in this new year. A lot of people are working on this New Year's Eve, not only the people here at the Hyatt, but people all around this community. Among those who have been working very hard, the Rochester Police Department. I know I ran into Chief Duffy a little bit earlier this week. He was on vacation, but coming back to work tonight because it's a very important night. Peter Robbins tells us more about the men and women in blue who are working tonight.
Rochester police are ready for New Year's Eve. They're hoping it's going to be quiet downtown, but they are expecting a big crowd. They expect thousands of people to turn out. It's a pretty nice night, so they do think that a lot of folks will come downtown to watch the fireworks.
490 East, Contreras, Weeder.
Roll call for the Rochester police was around 7 o'clock this evening for those in the downtown section. They'll be stationed throughout downtown to handle the crowd, to also handle all of the street closings that people will be dealing with as they travel into downtown to watch the fireworks or attend some other festivities.
We're focusing our attention on downtown area. We have a large fireworks shoot at midnight. We have over 30 officers assigned. The officers are there to make sure that you cross safely and that you have a good, safe time.
In addition to their presence downtown, police say they will also have extra patrols out on the highways to look for DUI offenders on New Year's Eve and into New Year's Day morning. Reporting from downtown Rochester, Peter Robbins, News Source 13.
Thank you, Peter. And we point out as well, not only the city police department, I know I was looking at some other facts and figures from the state police. They have everyone across the state working tonight. So if you are venturing out tonight, please be very, very careful on the roads. And as always, do not drink and drive. Among the other people who are working on this New Year's Eve, the Office of Emergency Preparedness here in Rochester and Monroe County. Christine Rogers has been with them throughout the day as they have looked at the clock, watched other communities, and seeing if Y2K is going to have any impact here. Has it, Christine?
Well, let me tell you, Don, a little different atmosphere here than what you're experiencing, certainly at the Hyatt, and let me assure you, no one is complaining. It's relatively quiet here, although the agencies, some 25 represented here, have been in place since 7 o'clock, just in case. Some of those agencies, of course, the Red Cross, Rochester Gas and Electric, State Police, everybody on hand, just in case. The computers are booted up, the radios are charged, but just to give you an idea that it's been relatively quiet, we've actually seen people reading books here and playing cards on their computer. That's not a bad thing, it's just that there really isn't anything for folks to do yet. Joining me is Muffy Meisenzahl, who's the lady in charge here tonight. Can you give folks at home a sense of what's going on here tonight?
It's very quiet here tonight, Christine, and that's indicative that there are no problems in the community, which is very good news for us. And that's why you see all the smiles and kind of a laid-back approach here right now.
This is somewhat unusual, though, isn't it? I mean, you're used to kind of scrambling everybody together for some snow emergency like we saw in March.
Yes, when we're here working in emergency, this is a very busy and very loud place. Phones are ringing, people are speaking on radios and at the same time talking on telephones, and it's a very busy place. So this is unlike what we usually have when we're all gathered here.
But this isn't unusual either in the sense that many of these operations are going on across the state.
Oh, Oh, absolutely. Almost every county in this state and across the nation at the local level, emergency operations centers are activated in preparation and readiness for the rollover time period. And many of them are going to be staffed for a couple days out.
Muffy Meisel, thank you very much. So relatively quiet here, Don. No music like you're experiencing there, but they expect to toast in the new year here without any problems.
Okay, and as they approach the midnight hour, they'll be watching a little more closely, but initially it doesn't look as though there's any concerns.
You know what, Don? People have been preparing for this for so long that there really is a comfort level here that they think things will go along just fine.
Okay. From Christine Rogers, we go back to News Source 13 in the studio. Mary McCombs with some other news of this New Year's Eve. Mary?
Okay, thanks, Don. Well, in less than an hour, the new year begins, and many people spent much of this week getting Y2K ready. Grocery stores in our area are reporting increased sales in recent days. The hot item remains bottled water.
This week, we are selling 5 times the volume of water that we normally sell. But water is really the big item. Other than that, we're selling batteries, about 35% more than normal, and flashlights.
And canned goods like soup and baby food also selling just a bit above normal. Next week, it will be business as usual for Monroe County's executive. It's another 4 years in office for Jack Doyle, who was sworn in this morning at the county office building. Doyle pledging to make the community a better place to live.
I think they expect leadership. I think they expect to see people working together. And I also think that they expect our economy to grow stronger so that they don't have concerns about their jobs, about the jobs of their children.
And several local dignitaries on hand for today's inauguration at the county office building. Well, on this last day of the century, the local African American community is celebrating Kwanzaa. An event at Midtown Mall today wrapped up a week-long celebration of their roots. During the 7-day celebration, African Americans also look at ways to improve their lives and communities. Today's gathering also included a spiritual message.
Kwanzaa is an annual celebration of just uniqueness among African Americans. A lot of people think that it replaces Christmas or the New Year, but it isn't. It's just another expression of being an African American.
And during the 7-day celebration, African Americans look at ways to improve their lives and communities. And that's the news of the day here in the studio, and things have been relatively quiet, Don. We've been receiving faxes from Rochester Gas and Electric. They tell us everything's operating smoothly. However, we have a Y2K glitch to report in the newsroom. The computers where we normally write our scripts on the rundowns, Don, they now say year 1900, before television was even around.
Here we are all night worried about everybody else's Y2K problems. We got to look in our own backyard, I guess.
Just a little problem back here, but we'll get through it.
All right, Mary McCombs is back in our studio tonight. Thank you for bringing us a news update. One of the items we always talk about on New Year's Day, the first baby born. We always scour the hospitals. Who's going to claim to have the first baby? In this case, the first baby born in the year 2000 takes on even more added significance, if you will. And Liz Bonus is standing by now to tell us about the preparations as we await the arrival.
I'm here with Chloe and Sydney Sarkis, who missed being Millennium twins by simply 1 day. Now, every year, the hospitals all have sort of a competition to see who's going to have a New Year's baby. And this year, with the Millennium, the countdown is really on.
I don't know, that's what I'm feeling, but it doesn't hurt.
Especially for Rebecca Pacalny. Already in labor, she has a few friends giving her some last-minute advice.
My whole family, they're all telling me to wait.
Her delivery team is by her side, just hoping to share a part of a Millennium miracle.
There's just nothing more exciting than that for them, and the fact that we can participate, that they can allow us to come in and be part of that celebration, I think is the real reward.
They have quite a few other moms already in labor here too.
We're waiting for the first baby of the new year.
But most moms, like Rebecca, are not wishing for the first baby of the new millennium. They're just wishing for a baby.
Now, just after midnight, all of the hospitals will be calling each other to find out who has the first Millennium baby, and we'll be here to let you know who wins the competition. From Strong Memorial Hospital, I'm Liz Bonus for News Source 13 2000.
I'm just thinking as I watch that, if I were a woman in labor and somebody says, wait, you can be the first of the year. I don't think
Probably
so.
not.
I don't think so. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more live from downtown Rochester as the party continues for 13-2000.
Thank you. We're going to slow it down.
People call it smart, thrilling, the place for values. Toyotathon 2000, the blockbuster event filled with great Toyota values. Your ride to the new millennium is here. Are you ready to go? Just $179 a month leases a well-equipped Corolla VE. $179 a month, and you're driving the most trusted car in the world. Toyotathon 2000, now playing at your Toyota dealer. Rated GV for great values.
Max Pie's Carpet's biggest sale day of the year is finally here.
You won't believe your eyes, it's a great surprise. It's a sale that comes just once a year.
New Year's Day, 11 to 6, Max Pies brings you top-of-the-line carpet as low as $11.99 a yard installed. Laminate flooring, just $4.99 installed in an 8x10 room. A 9x12 room installed with Armstrong vinyl, $1.99. Plus, no payments, no interest for 12 months. New Year's Day, 11 to 6, it's Max Pies New Year's sale.
With a sale like this, you just can't miss.
The best actors, the best plays, the best stage around. Join us and make our season complete. For information, call 232-JIVA.
Is Chandler desperate for a date?
He is cute. He's funny.
He's a he?
Yeah.
Or does he just look that way?
Is it my hair? Yeah, you have homosexual hair.
And his Ross's Nana passed away? Or does she just look that way? Next, Friends.
Friends, Monday at 7, only on 13.
I always tell my boys, Vinny and Angelo, the owners of Inauguration Dodge, that their January sales are like the Super Bowl. It's the biggest one of the year, the best of the best, and it's action-packed.
At the Irondequoit Dodge Boys' huge January sale, $139 a month will score you a 2000 Neon. Catch a Stratus or Breeze loaded with options for just $89.95 or $159 a month, and that's with zero down. Buy a new 2000 Caravan and take 5 years to pay with no interest charges, no finance charges. In January, Irondequoit Dodge has it all on sale.
How does one purchase an Oriental rug? Begin with the right rug dealer. At Thomas R. Paddock Oriental Rug Exchange, we have the knowledge, we have the selection, and we'll take the time to make sure you're comfortable with your rugs. And since we have only the finest quality rugs available, every choice is a good one. In fact, anything you purchase from us can be brought back and traded for what you paid, at any time, for any reason. That's why people come to us, Thomas R. Paddock Oriental Rug Exchange.
And we are back to the Hyatt Hotel. A little bit earlier this evening, we all watched as Rochester's own Margaret DeFrancesco introduced Yolanda Vega for the Millennium Millions, and the numbers on your screen: 8, 23, 38, 39, 46, and the special Millennium number of 14. A lot of numbers to talk about on this day as well. Stocks closing out today with an all-time high in 1999. The Dow Jones Industrial's up 44 points, 11,497 and 12 cents in change. So a lot of numbers to talk about. We want to talk about some numbers as far as the weather's concerned.
It is going to be a decent night for what's left of tonight, and certainly a nice day during the day tomorrow. Tonight, temperatures in the 20s, but we will warm up overnight. Look for partly cloudy skies, and then for Saturday, a mixture of sunshine and clouds at a spring-like 44 degrees for a high temperature, relatively gusty southwest winds, but certainly the weather has cooperated as we head into the new year.
And as people are traveling after this New Year's holiday, it looks like we'll have pretty clear travel.
Yeah, I think so. Right up through Monday, we're going to be in good shape.
All right. Sports as well on the. You and I posed for pictures. He's kissing people.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what, they're all after him tonight.
I guess.
We want to see what's going on in the world of sports tonight, too, Mike Catalano.
Well, the 90s are coming to an end, too, Don. All of our local teams are off this evening, but it has been quite a decade. We look back at the first 5 items from our top 10 list of all-time sports moments. Here's number 5 through number 1. The Rhinos championship in '98 when they beat Minnesota to win it all. They did that at Frontier Field. In our list, number 4, you remember this one, that comeback for the Bills in 1993 in the wild card game that got them to yet another Super Bowl. The Amerks won a championship in this decade. It happened in 1996 when they won the Calder Cup. There's Coach John Tortorella and company celebrating when they beat Portland. Number 2, we go back to the Bills. Actually, it's all 4 Super Bowls together. And the first one happened in 1991. They lost that one with the old wide right kick of Scott Norwood. But the #1 moment for Rochester sports fans, the Ryder Cup, 1995, here in Rochester, the United States losing to the Europeans, our top sports moment of the 90s. Don?
All right, we'll have more at midnight and be back with a full wrap-up at 1 a.m. on this new day. We'll see you a bit later.
I'll be right with you.
Dr. Triesenberg, line 1.
Winter blues got you down? Nothing lifts the spirit like Mazda's year-end clearance. Right now, you can get $750 cash back or incredibly low financing on a new Mazda Protege. Mazda's year-end clearance. It's just what you needed.
Most effective therapy.
Rochester Linoleum and Carpet One New Year's Carpet Sale, New Year's Day. 20 to 60% off all floor coverings. Thick carpeting, just $11.99 a square yard installed with pad. No payment, no interest for 12 months. Congoleum no wax vinyl. Do a 9x12 room installed for just $199. Largest selection in upstate New York. Ready for immediate installation and covered by our lifetime installation guarantees. Wilson Art Laminate 8x10 room for just $4.99 installed. Our buying power will save you money. Rochester Linoleum and Carpet One New Year's Carpet Sale, New Year's Day, 11 a.m. till 6.
York Furniture Gallery, your new choice, your total choice. Quality furniture at affordable prices. Shop now through Monday for incredible holiday weekend savings of 50 to 60% on our complete selection of quality living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, entertainment centers, home office furniture, and much more. Buy now at 50 to 60% savings and pay with no interest for 1 full year. York Furniture Gallery, 376 Jefferson Road in the Jefferson Plaza. Your new choice, your total choice, York Furniture.
Good morning, starting with me, McDonald's Egg McMuffin. A hot fresh egg, melted cheese on a toasted English muffin. Yum! For only, listen to this, 99 cents. Can't get any better than that, right?
Wrong. I am Big Mac. I too am only 99 cents. That's right, my 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, just 99 cents. Hey!
Egg McMuffin for breakfast, 99 cents.
Big Mac for lunch or dinner, 99 cents.
We're both 99 cents each. How do you beat a day like that?
Do a repeat.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Announcing the Nissan Year-End Countdown event. For 14 days, just 336 hours, Nissan is offering some of the best deals of the year. Now get $500 in addition to existing incentives when you purchase or lease the new 2000 Altima, Quest, Sentra, Frontier, even Pathfinder. Or lease the 222 horsepower Maxima GXE for just $329 a month. So what are you waiting for? You've just let another 30 seconds go by. The $500 bonus cashback ends January 3rd.
Beginning of the new one, once again in Times Square, you've got people snaking their way through the streets, in this case quite literally as a serpent goes through Times Square itself, because as they've celebrated this hour by hour throughout the day, they've now come, as we've all come, to the last hour here, and they now think of themselves beginning a long journey into the future. We could not gather in Times Square on a New Year's Eve without Dick Clark. And so let's go halfway up the Marriott Hotel across from the ABC studio here to ABC's Dick Clark. Dick?
Thank you, Peter. I see over in your nice, warm and cozy booth, but it's not bad here this year. I've been out here on some rather cold nights. Tonight, 37 degrees. The weather is clear. There's a light drift of wind in the air, and as you can see, the folks down there are happy. They are ever so happy, and they've been supplied with balloons and wigs and Mylar hats and all sorts of things. Interestingly enough, you at home probably are in the majority this year, because they ran a poll recently, and Americans staying home this year are 72%. 72% of the people said they're going to stay home this year, as opposed to 63% last year. This crowd size, as we can see from the 10th floor of the Marriott Marquis Hotel here, is big. They haven't given us the official estimate, but they've said there could be 2 million people in this, this 72-block frozen area between 35th and inches, are 5 3/4 inches long, and then again they're lighted with 168 halogen bulbs at 60 watts, by the way. And as I mentioned, the flagpole is 77 feet tall. It's 390 feet up in the air over Times Square, and that's what these people down in that little square are looking at. This is all of the design of this intricate ball, and it's brand new this year, brand new for the millennium. And of course, there are other symbols around the world. They drop an orange in one place, they light up a fountain somewhere else. But I must tell you, of all the symbols in the world that denote New Year's Eve, it's Times Square and the ball, and that's what they want to see. At the crossroads of the world, it is the place to be. And this is our 28th consecutive year in Times Square. Now, I don't think this crowd is really aware of all the preparation that went into this giant party. Awful lot of people, thousands of volunteers put in a lot of time. The professional crews, they've all got their eye on that flagpole. And when it hits the 2,000, you will hear in 9 minutes and 30 seconds a thing like you've never heard before. The helicopters are overhead. The volunteers have done their work. The professional crews have done it. The musicians, the dancers, the police, as I mentioned earlier, they have consumed 7,000 gallons of coffee. This is something to see. Times Square is a year-round attraction. There's no doubt about it. It is one of the places to see. The first movie theater that presented a talkie was here in 1927. And now, of course, you got dozens and dozens of movie houses everywhere, 40 legitimate theaters in the area, 250 restaurants, if you can believe that. And there are 12,500 hotel rooms in the area. We've got 9 minutes to go until the ball drops. Speaking of hotel rooms, 90,000 citywide, so New York City can throw a party. You know, the nice thing about this is these people have not been allowed to bring in alcohol. They're having a great time on their own. They're conversing, having intimate conversation, but they're screaming and yelling. They got their crazy wigs on and their glasses. They're just happy to be here. And as 1999 passes into 2000, we're going to remember certainly the Latin music take over, the female singers take over, the boy band take over, and things like the Blair Witch Project. I wonder what they would have said if they'd seen the ball. Bruce Springsteen's $53 million tour. It's been a big year in entertainment. It's a big night here in Times Square. This is the year of the internet impact. $1 million game shows, Santana's return, wrestling's return. By the way, as we watch the ball up there, do you have any idea? Yeah, it's 7 minutes to go, and got just a second here. The BMI people, the folks who you know, publish or keep track of a lot of the music, christened the top song of the century is "You've Lost That Love and Feeling." The Righteous Brothers and Ascop's top song of the century was "Happy Birthday to You," if you can believe it or not. Once again, let us thank a wonderful ABC crew for putting all of this extraordinary coverage of the millennium around the world, and especially here in Times Square together. Larry Klein's been our producer for goodness knows how many years. Bob McKinnon is our director. Dave Clark is the executive senior producer of the ABC television crew, and they've done a phenomenal job. That stage there in the middle has been the site of a lot of entertainment today. And as you see these giant billboards, they're all over the place. Back in the 1930s, Benny Goodman was the guy here. Just yesterday, as of 1942, Frank Sinatra appeared at the Paramount Theater for a 4-week engagement, and they extended it for 4 more weeks. Right here in the center of Times Square. In the 1950s, we had the first rock and roll shows. Alan Freed was here. And in 1983, you talk about big crowds. Big, big crowds. Central Park was inundated with people. That's when Diana Ross was there. And in 1997, Garth Brooks was there. Every eye is on the ball at 6 minutes and 40 seconds to ball drop and counting down. The weather tonight is perfect. I mean, look at them. They're not all bundled up. You can't even hardly see the breath in the air. I mean, usually they're rubbing themselves, hugging themselves, trying to stay warm. This is a walk in the park this year. Temperatures are in the mid-30s. A little earlier we said 37. It's probably down around 35 or 36 now. But they are not paying any attention at all to the weather. They're in a party mood. Now, all of these balloons and the funny-looking Mylar wigs and all were handed out by the Business Improvement District here, and they have done an extraordinary job of really putting things together here. It's a wonderful, wonderful party, and certainly one that will be long remembered for many, many years to come. I've just heard from the control room that it is still 37 degrees. And as I say, you would think it was in the mid-50s in terms of these. Look, they don't even have their hats on tonight. I'm still looking for that guy who's out there without his shirt on. There is always one guy, no matter what the weather is, who's out there hanging around, What are they shouting about? Let me check this out. There's a huge cry. I guess they saw the ball wiggle or something. I tell you, they can't wait. It's only 5 minutes away. I don't know if you can hear the helicopters hanging overhead, but they're up there. You know, each night, 6 million volts of electricity are shot through these extraordinary signs here. There are 300 miles of neon there. Billions and billions of visitors have come to this area since 1904. You can hear the music building in the background. They have this surround sound this year. All sorts of sound and confetti and other doodads will happen as we go along. There are 500 dancers, actors, musicians, and puppeteers. 7 giant screen TVs. 160 puppets, 57 banners. 500 3-foot balloons have been distributed, and 100,000 handouts, which include pom-poms and leis and wigs and flags. They've all gotten their little party souvenirs, and they're having a great old time. There's the ball. It hasn't moved yet. It won't move for another 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Piccadilly Circus is big. Ginza in Tokyo is big. But ain't nothing like the ball in Times Square. Crossroads of the world in New York City. This is the place to be, believe you me. I wish I had the balloon concession, but those were all given away free tonight, isn't that right? Happy looking group of people. Notice the ages, though, don't I see? It is a young person's game. In order to stand out here for 10 or 12 hours, you got to have a lot of stamina. The police have arranged the porta potties on the side streets and all. They've accommodated the people who couldn't get into the square. They've worked it out so people can move around with ease. And we're just less than 3 minutes away from probably the biggest sound you will ever hear as the Millennium ball drop happens. I mean, I've seen a lot of them, but I've never seen the size of a crowd like this. If indeed this is 2 million people, there are only 3 cities in the United States that are bigger than this crowd: Chicago, New York, and LA. This is big, really big. They talked about 3 million people on the beaches in Rio. They can stretch them out a long way up and down that beach down there. They're a little cozy down here. Yeah, say hi to Mom. She's watching you on TV. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Every single person in this crowd is watching for that thing to move. It's all computerized now. In the old days, you used to drop it with a nylon clothes cord with 3 guys and a Mickey Mouse watch. It's all computerized now, highly technical. A couple of years ago when they first started, we had a minor glitch. Talking about Y2K things this year. A couple of years ago when it was computerized, we were a little bit late. I think we lost it by about 2 seconds that year, and boy, did it hit the papers. As I wave to television, turn around now, watch the ball. That's up there. You think she heard me? That's a funny look. Look at them. They're all the way up to Central Park, all the way down to 42nd Street. This is a massive New Year's Eve crowd with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Listen to the music build. They're ready. They're in their sombreros. That's our street cam. We've got 25 cameras here tonight covering this event. This is a really big one. You are wise to stay at home. In 1 minute, the ball will drop and you will see pandemonium. Listen to them. The ball is beginning to move. They can feel it. They know it. In 47 seconds, it will be 2,000. You're in Times Square with a couple of million intimate friends. 35 seconds. They're ready in 30. Get close to somebody you love. In 25 seconds, it'll be the new year. In 20 seconds. And and we're going to count it down from here down when we get to 10. Are you ready? Happy New Year early. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy 2000! Looks like a blizzard there. That's 3,500 pounds of confetti being fired by cannons from 13 different locations. Our cameras can hardly see through the paper. Happy New Year! Amongst all of this happiness, I wanted to make one note of a passing this last year of a dear man, Mr. Leonard Goldenson, who put together the ABC television network and stood by my side and made my professional life everything it turned out to be. He was an extraordinary man, a wonderful entrepreneur, a visionary, and he will be sorely missed. Mr. Goldenson, thank you, sir. Well, they're in a party mood. Can you imagine how long this thing is going to last? Can you imagine how much work it's going to take to clean this mess up? Whee! They're partying in the ABC room, but you got a whole night ahead of you. This is magnificent coverage going on here for the ABC 2000 event. The people here in Times Square will continue to party on into the wee hours. You can count it. They're taking pictures of each other, celebrating. They're in a festive mood if ever there was one. Going to preserve that on his home video there. You won't find a happier group of people anywhere in the world. And it'll be very interesting tomorrow to see if the official estimate is 2 million. I can usually tell. Years and years ago, I could sort of judge it by looking up and down the street. We can't take an individual head count, but I'd say, well, 500,000 people are here, and sure enough, it would appear in the paper the next day to confirm it. I have no more idea in a billy goat how many people are here tonight, but it's a lot. This is the biggest New Year's Eve crowd I've ever seen in the almost 30 years I've been hanging around here. Once again, congratulations to the NYPD. They do an extraordinary job. The city of New York throws the biggest party in the world. It's orderly, it's happy, it's well controlled. Beautiful job. And once again, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your New Year's Eve. Peter Jennings, Happy New Year early. I'll see you soon, sir.
Thank you, Dick, very much. Thank you, Dick Clark, very much for a wonderful evening and a wonderful celebration to all of us, not only in New York, but across the country. Dick Clark, without whom
we would not want to have a New Year's celebration in Times Square. And sure, those of us who are here are just a little biased.
Square and from Times Square in New York City to Rochester, New York at the Hyatt Hotel. We are indeed welcoming in this brand new year, 2000. You saw the fireworks in the sky a few moments ago. They continue downtown. And the celebration, that's the song you're listening to. People certainly are celebrating here at the Hyatt tonight. Don Alhart, along with Mike Catalana and Bill Peterson, our wives have been here all night, so we want to wish everyone a very happy new year, and happy new year to Bill and Mike. Pleasure working with you and coming to a new millennium.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year ahead, Don, an interesting few years ahead. A lot of exciting things in the past, and a lot more to go.
It's been a good party tonight.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm glad I have my family all with me tonight.
All right. We want to check in. There have been concerns about Y2K. Christine Rogers waiting patiently all night at the Office of Emergency Preparedness. The midnight hour has come. What's happened, Christine?
And it's come and it's been totally uneventful, and that's a good thing. And not without some cheer, too, Don. We were told to imagine this was Waterford Crystal, and there was some Dom Perignon in here. Let me tell you, it's a plastic cup, and it's sparkling grape juice. But we've enjoyed toasting in the new year nonetheless. No problems. All of the agencies, various agencies here tonight, gave a big thumbs up when asked a moment ago if everything was okay. By the way, we can give you a preview of what the morning paper is going to look like. There it is. This is it. January 1, 2000. We've talked about it. We've talked about it. It's finally here, and no problems here at the Emergency Operations Center, Don.
All right, and that is one newspaper I think that people are going to be keeping as a souvenir for
I sure think
long time to come. Especially the little ones here who are going to see a lot more of 2000 than a lot of us are going to see. A wonderful party here at the Hyatt. We just want to remind you that our coverage is going to continue. We'll be back here at 1 a.m. We'll check in again with Doug Emlich and Ginny Ryan out in Pittsburgh at St. John Fisher College. All the festivities, the fireworks downtown, we'll bring it all together for you and share it with you at 1 o'clock this morning. So enjoy the rest of the coverage now from ABC. We'll be back at 1 a.m. with more from the Hyatt and 13-2000.
All right.
America's Broadcasting Company wishes you a Happy New Year.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. We are controlling transmission.
We hope you've enjoyed the journey and remind you that the best is yet to come. Welcome to television's new millennium. Brought to you by your friends at ABC.
Where the 2x2 celebration is. International people from all over the world. And they are out on the deck of McCormick Place to watch these fireworks.
Carol's making reference to the fact that the city of Chicago invited people from all over the world to come to Chicago and celebrate with them. Two people
Here
from
comes
a
the
whole
count,
variety
Peter.
of nations. It's yours.
On the building, 9. 10, 9, 8. Happy New Year, Peter from Chicago.
Happy New Year to you, Carol.
you are looking at the festivities in Chicago, we are reminded that even though we have welcomed in the new year here in Rochester, it remains not only now in Chicago's past, but out to the West Coast and on around the world. The partying still continuing here at the Hyatt.
That it is. It's been a boisterous evening.
I think so.
And a lot of fun had by a lot of people in the Hyatt. So far, had just done a beautiful job of putting on this celebration.
We've got a lot of music tonight. Ruby Shoes.
Yep.
This is a CD from Coupe de Ville. The Power Company's been here at Disc Jockey Downtown. I understood they had a new singer for Ruby Shoes tonight.
I don't know if they have his CD, his song listed on there, but yeah, Bill Peterson made an appearance on stage. It was unique.
With Ruby Shoes, it was not singing what I did. Notes like that don't occur anywhere else in nature.
Got a big round of applause when you
I
stopped.
finished.
When it was done, that was it.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of activities here. As we have said all night long, there have been parties throughout the area. A lot of people stayed home and watched all of this tonight. Families got together out in Pittsburgh at St. John Fisher College, and Doug Edwards and Ginny Ryan were out there earlier in the evening as well. It's been a time to party all over the place. Jane Flash is inside behind us right now. Jane is not there. Jane is not there. Doug and Ginny are not there. Liz Bonus has been around the area tonight trying to find out who is going to have the first baby. Now, we saw some people at the hospital a little bit earlier. Some are trying to wait, which is not an easy task to do. But Liz has been out. Let's find out from her now if the first baby for this new 2000 has been born here in Rochester. We don't have Liz either. All right. We're going to Doug and Ginny now. They are there, and they're partying out at St. John Fisher College. Good to see you. Still going strong.
We are. You know,
these are the last hardcore partiers here, actually.
Don, in sharp contrast to the party that continues at your place, there were parents here 1 hour ago that looked like zombies, and their children wanted to party like it was the year 2000, and they have. This is a neighborhood from Greece, Bronze Leaf Trail, is that right? Mostly the folks from Bronze Leaf Trail in Greece who came here to Pittsburgh for this decidedly family celebration
They
tonight.
know how to do it in the town of Greece, let me tell you. Earlier, the parents actually were here as we rang in the new year, and we have some pictures of what it looked like in Pittsburgh. There were fireworks, there were balloons, there was confetti as we counted down with the folks in Times Square.
Here we go.
To the new millennium.
Indoor fireworks.
Yeah, that was quite interesting. I think they had some leftovers just a minute ago. They were actually firing off.
And the balloons rained down.
And this was a first for all of us, but for some kids in the crowd, this was their first night to ever stay up until midnight.
Yeah.
And they were wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. And I don't know what they'll look like tomorrow morning, but they sure had a good time tonight. And it was fun to be there with the other families to usher in this new era. And I'm losing my voice, I think, as a result of all of this partying.
This is the end of this crowd in Pittsburgh. There's absolutely no doubt about it. They're still wild, and the folks had their specific reasons for coming here tonight, which was they wanted to be out in a public event, but they didn't want to leave the family at home.
And we talked to some of them about what made this event a perfect fit for them and their families.
It was an opportunity to celebrate the new year with the whole family. You know, normally, you know, there's either house parties or you stay at home, but I think this was an opportunity to come out and enjoy, you know, celebrating the new year and bring the whole family. And I think it's a nice opportunity. It's run well. It's a lot of fun. Good music. Who could ask for anything more?
And I believe this may have been one of the biggest events in the area because there were more than 2,000 people at the height of this gathered in one room celebrating, and it went off without a hitch, as I think all of the events in the area tonight.
The only problem is these folks still want to go somewhere, so we've suggested they go to Bill Peterson's celebrity hot tub party down at the Hyatt.
I think that's an excellent idea. You guys want to head to the Hyatt Hotel and hang out in the hot tub with Bill?
One thing, I just got to say one thing. You look really silly with those glasses on.
Almost as silly as you with those antlers working. You laughed at me when I said I was buying those, but now you're wearing them.
I laugh at you all the time. Hey, to the guys downtown, Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We should point out, too, not only were you there representing us, but you were the MCs for this event tonight.
Yes, we were. We helped them count down along with Times Square. It was an honor to be here, and everything went great.
We had a great time. It was a wonderful event. I'm glad to be a part of it.
All right. Well, Happy New Year to both of you, and we'll see you again as our coverage continues. Now, we've talked a little bit about the first baby born for this new year. Our medical reporter, Liz Bonus, has been out checking the hospitals tonight, and joins us now with the latest on that. Liz?
Well, we have been awaiting the Millennium baby here at Strong Memorial Hospital all evening, and unfortunately it was born at Highland Hospital tonight at 10 seconds after midnight. But we did get to see the last baby of the century born here, a baby that's going to get this little t-shirt. His name is Jameer, and he's a little tiny thing that's still in NICU. We've been celebrating with the staff here, and there are certainly a number of babies that will be born throughout the evening and tomorrow on New Year's Day. So reporting from Strong Memorial Hospital on New Year's Eve, I'm Liz Bonus for News Source 13, 2000.
All right, and thank you, Liz. We want to remind everyone there have been a lot of activities downtown here tonight. This Hyatt Hotel has been rocking and continues to. Fireworks displays and many other activities all around downtown. Manhattan Square Park, across the street here at the First Federal Plaza. Norma Holland is standing by live now to tell us no. Jane Flash is standing by live inside the party room, and we're going to see what Jane has. Go ahead, Jane.
Hi, Don. I guess we ran out of a little battery. The folks here have a little more energy than we do this time of night. You can see things are not winding down here. They are still dancing, listening to the music of Ruby Shoes. I tell you, it struck midnight tonight. The confetti came down. People drank a toast. They went outside to watch the fireworks. They're right back in here dancing up a storm. In fact, we have a special couple we want to mention tonight. Cindy and Frank, they are from Middletown. They got engaged tonight, so our congratulations to them. And by the way, a few minutes ago, I could swear we heard people say that they wanted one more time to hear Under the Boardwalk. They want Peterson back out here.
This may be the biggest event as we enter a new millennium.
Yeah, well, it's a once in a millennium event.
A return engagement next year, maybe.
We didn't get a chance to sing tonight.
No, once Bill went up there, that was it for Channel 13. They shut us off.
Well, as we mentioned, a lot of activities downtown tonight. Norma Holland has been covering them. She was at Manhattan Square Park earlier, and we join her now to see what it's been like here in downtown Rochester to usher in the year 2000. Norma?
New Year's 1999 lived up to its promises, boasting the most elaborate fireworks Rochester has ever seen. Thousands came out downtown to be among those beginning the new year with a bang. Downtown Rochester hosted a night of events that ended with a spectacular show. Of course, it was the perfect backdrop to begin making a wish list for the new millennium.
Happiness.
Yeah. Be happy.
Be happy. Yeah.
I hope we have an era of peace in the world. That's what I'm hoping for.
With the stroke of midnight now come and gone, as one reveler put it, we finally made it. In downtown, Norma Holland, News Source 13.
And thank you, Norma. We have mentioned throughout this night that there have been some concerns, and as the new year unfolded around the globe, we quickly realized that all of our Y2K fears were unfounded. We had no real problems. That was the case here as well. Christine Rogers has been at the Office of Emergency Preparedness throughout the evening. Last time we checked, a kind of a quiet transition into this new year, and it sounds pretty quiet there still, Christine.
It sure is. As a matter of fact, Muffy Meisenthal, the lady who's in charge here, is just going around the room, and she's been checking with every department, about 25 represented here, Don. They are all giving a thumbs up. Dial tone for Frontier, power for RG&E, traffic lights still working, the DOT. Everyone's saying everything okay across the county tonight. That is frankly what everyone expected. It's what they hoped for, and certainly it has been trouble-free. Now, they were treated to New Year's. They were toasted it in with some sparkling grape juice. And by the way, I think Bill was outdone. Sandy Macaluso, the second in charge here, dressed up as the first New Year's baby, complete in a diaper, I might add. It was quite a treat for all of us here. So I think, Bill, you were outdone.
Hey, there's a thought, though.
Oh, no.
Maybe we can share the videotape
It's
later.
the only thing I think could be worse than his singing.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe, you know?
No diaper.
Christine, thank you for following all of the activities down there, and we certainly are grateful for your help tonight, and good to know. I think about the only thing I would remember here in terms of communications, at the stroke of midnight, I've never seen so many cell phones come out as people tried to call everyone around and make sure they could get through. A few delays in cell phones, but other than that, as you heard, dial tones working, everything working. The lights are on here. If you're watching this, the electricity's on at your home where your television set is. And RG&E, I think, is probably very pleased. We check in now with News Source 13's Peter Robbins to see how things went at our utilities tonight over at RG&E.
At the RG&E Command Center, 3 years of preparation for the millennium bug made for a relatively easy night.
As the computers changed from 1999 to 2000, there were no interruptions of power supply for RG&E customers. Workers here were encouraged by what they saw around the world as time zone after time zone hit midnight without incident.
We're in a business where we deal with lots of different issues and lots of different contingencies, and this was one of them, but this was a different one. You know, this is a once in 1,000 years, and so I'm happy that things went well.
Unlike some other businesses, midnight was the defining moment for RG&E. Now that it has come and passed without incident, they expect clear sailing for the next year and maybe even the next millennium. At the RG&E Command Center, Peter Robbins, News Source 13.
All right, thank you, Peter, as well. I think Mike Power said it best. I heard him a little bit earlier today saying, you know, we were delivering electricity before computers.
Yeah.
So we can still deliver it, and we have to think about that, although we're very dependent upon them, and they've been pretty much integrated into our lives now. The world existed before them, and obviously still does. We'll be back with more, look at weather and sports, and wrap things up here at the Hyatt in just a moment as we continue our coverage of 13-2000.
Celebrate the new year with incredible savings from David's Carpet and Vinyl. Save on brand new flooring for every room in your home. Come to David's Carpet and Vinyl New Year's Day sale 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. All flooring is on sale up to 50% off. That's right, Bigelow Carpet just $11.99 a square yard installed with pad. Get Armstrong No-Wax Vinyl 12x9 room installed $1.99. Armstrong Laminates 8x10 room $4.99 installed. No interest, no payments for 1 year. Come to the New Year's Day sale 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at David's Carpet and Vinyl.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event.
Honey, you gotta see this.
Okay.
You'll find values you never believed possible.
You like it?
A 10.
Whoa.
The December to Remember sales event ends January 3rd. Missing it would definitely spoil the surprise. See Dorsho Lexus.
For over 60 years, DeCarlos Truck Rental has served business and industry. DeCarlos sets the standards for safety, service, and the success of your business when it's on the road, local or coast to coast. Let DeCarlos analyze your transportation needs, large or small. As part of your leasing or rental agreement, we custom engineer your vehicles, help you with driver training, and keep them running right with expert service. Does your company need a lift? Call today. DeCarlos for safety, service, and success. The only way to go.
Start the new year with new flooring. Come to GCO Carpet Outlet's 4-day New Year's savings celebration. 4 days only starting New Year's Day. You'll find a store full of flooring values, including big reductions below our everyday low outlet prices on hundreds of carpet remnants and short rolls. Carpet remnants start at just $39. Room size remnants as low as $89. Don't miss this 4-day New Year's savings celebration. Only at GCO Carpet Outlet, 4 days only.
And we are back at the Hyatt Hotel. All of our fans are here. Yeah. I don't think we've ever felt more appreciated.
No, absolutely not.
A lot of people have come up to us and said hello, and we have enjoyed sharing with them this New Year's celebration. We do want to look a little bit at weather and sports. A lot of people will be traveling and wrapping up kind of some family holiday vacations over the next couple of days.
If you are traveling yet later tonight, road conditions will not be a problem. It is a bit cold out there. Temperatures in the 20s will continue to warm up overnight. And then for the day, we will see some sunshine with some patchy clouds. A real pleasant winter day. A high about 44 degrees as we start this new year.
And no Y2K threats for football. All the teams were moved in place before the weekend. Huh?
Yeah, but you know what New Year's Day does mean football. Yeah. And especially on Channel 13 tomorrow, we have the Citrus Bowl, we have the Rose Bowl, and we have the Orange Bowl. Then we have the Fiesta Bowl on Sunday, and then next Tuesday, the championship game, the Sugar Bowl, Florida State taking on Virginia Tech, all on TV 13. So we've got a lot of football in the next couple of days. We will be football ready over the next couple of days.
Well, we want to say thank you to all of you who have watched us throughout the day. And, of course, ABC's coverage is going to continue throughout the early morning hours. Kathy Kriz, Glenn Johnson will be here in the morning as well to get you into this new year. It's been an exciting day for us here at the Hyatt and a wonderful time. I think as I look back over 33 years with Channel 13, I can look forward to the year 2000 and this new millennium, and I'm glad to be with you guys and Doug and Ginny who were with us earlier. All of our staff did such a tremendous job out there today. And I also want to pay tribute to our crew. You're going to see some of their names in a minute over the fireworks, but all of those behind the cameras and the trucks, those who have been producing an outstanding job and one that has made us so proud in the 1900s will continue to make us proud as we enter a new millennium.
None better.
Yeah. So.
Tough conditions, too. Sometimes it gets a little loud, it gets a little hectic, but they're hanging in there.
We'll give all of these people a chance. You can all say Happy New Year now. We're going to share a look at some of the fireworks, a beautiful display. As we said, probably, without a doubt, the largest display of fireworks in the history of the city of Rochester. And as you look at that shot, looking down the Genesee River and look at the skyline, it really does make you proud to be part of this city, to be part of Rochester, New York, as we enter a new century, the year 2000. A lot of disputes and debates over when the millennium begins, when the century begins, but for sure, it is the start of the year 2000. And as we once heard years ago from the Chamber of Commerce, I'd rather be in Rochester. We can all say that tonight. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for our continuing coverage. And again, we'll show you some of the people who have helped make this possible tonight. Happy New Year from all of us at News Source 13.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Kriz. It's 8:25 on this New Year's Day, and Glenn will have your weather forecast in a moment. The night before Rochester's police department releases 1999's homicide statistics, deadly standoff broke out in the city on the northwest side. A 28-year-old woman was shot in the chest at a home on Fulton Avenue shortly after 11 o'clock last night. When police responded, they say 30-year-old Andre Norwood was holed up inside a building across the street from where the shooting happened. After several hours, the police tossed tear gas into the apartment. The suspect came out of the building and police apprehended him. The victim died around 1 o'clock this morning.
It's very unfortunate. New Year's Eve, which for the most part was just, very positive in the city of Rochester, that the year had to end on this note.
Police say the woman and the suspect were apparently neighbors. They are not releasing the woman's name at this time. The shooting is going to be counted as a homicide for 1999 and not 2000. As we all welcomed in the new year last evening, wasn't it a relief to see the power, the heat, and the water all working just like it should? Emergency workers were standing by just in case there was a problem. News Source 13's Brian Washington is downtown with their reaction after the clock struck midnight. Brian?
Well, they are all breathing a sigh of relief today, Kathy. Those keeping an eye on Y2K related problems had double reason to celebrate last night. There were no Y2K related problems to report. All was definitely quiet at the RG&E Command Center last night. The center was set up to combat Y2K problems, but there were no problems to report. Officials say RG&E say they owe it all to 3 years preparation.
I mean, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Literally, in most cases, it does come down to one moment. Now that moment's here, and things look good.
And things continue to look good today, the first day of Y2K. Happy New Year, Kathy.
And Happy New Year back to you, Brian. Thank you. We'll see you in a little while. The first millennium baby in Rochester arrived moments after the clock struck 12. Kayla Antoinette Lotto was born 10 seconds after midnight at Highland Hospital. Last night we caught up with the last baby born in the 20th century at Strong Memorial Hospital. His name is Shamir, and he was born just before midnight. If you didn't make it to an RPO concert last night, which happened to be free, perhaps you noticed the sky over the city last night. Rochester put on its largest fireworks display ever on Main Street. Brockport, Henrietta, and Canandaigua also put on fireworks shows last night. It is time to check on your New Year's Day forecast now with meteorologist Glenn Johnson. Glenn?
Good morning, Kathy. A late night for everybody, I'm sure. And we're talking about some very quiet weather. Temperatures are in the 30s, in the upper 20s down at Honey Eye Falls. Certainly not as cold as it could be this time of the year. Here's a look at our satellite picture. You can see we have a mix of clouds and sunshine. We'll see if we can go back to our satellite picture. There we go. And, well, you can see at least the clouds across western New York. Let's show you our forecast map as we head into today. Looks like it's going to be breezy, noticeably milder. There is no doubt there. We're going to find temperatures climbing into the mid-40s we expect for the afternoon. Heading into Sunday, we continue with the mild weather. Temperatures we expect are going to be, well, pretty close to about 50, 55 degrees. We think tomorrow a couple of rain showers are going to be coming our way. At least for today, though, some very pleasant conditions. We should be into the mid-40s with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Tonight, some quiet weather again, becoming mostly cloudy overnight. Temperature in the upper 30s. Our 3-day outlook. Heading into Sunday, we're going to find temperatures in the low 50s, couple of rain showers, more rain showers for Monday, and it looks like winter is not going to return until later in the day on Tuesday. Kathy?
And we'll be back again at 8:56.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Kriz. It's 8:56 on this New Year's Day. Glenn will have your weather in a moment. We began this first day of the new year with news of a fatal standoff that happened on the city's northwest side. The victim is a 28-year-old woman. Police aren't releasing her name at this hour. Police say someone shot the woman in the chest at a home on Fulton Avenue just before 11 o'clock last night. The two were apparently neighbors. Officers say when they got there, the suspect was holed up in an apartment across the street. Police waited for several hours and then took action.
Tear gas that was fired into the house, and after about 5 minutes, the suspect did come out, surrendered without any injury.
The victim died around 1 o'clock this morning. The suspect is 30-year-old Andre Norwood. Police took him into custody, but they tell us he has not been charged with anything at this point. Workers at RG&E predicted things would go just fine when we changed over to 2000, and they were right. After 3 years of preparation for the millennium bug, it was an easy night for workers at the company's command post. As the computers changed from 1999 to 2000, there were no power outages for RG&E customers. Workers say they were encouraged by what they saw around the world as time zone after time zone hit midnight without a problem. You may not have been up to see the first sunrise of the new year, but we were. We have some shots taken early this morning at Cobbs Hill Park as the sun was just coming up and the birds were starting out their morning breakfast. Meteorologist Glenn Johnson has a look at our forecast for the day. It's pretty outside, huh, Glenn?
Good morning. It is a pretty start to the new millennium. Let's put it that way anyway. Here's a look at our temperatures. Not too bad. Certainly noticeably milder compared to what it could be for this time of the year. You can see temperatures are expected now in the 30s this morning. Here's a look at our weather forecast for today. We'll find a mix of clouds and sunshine. The high temperature in the middle 40s. Kathy?
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Kriz. It's 9:25 on this New Year's Day. Glenn will have your forecast in a moment. Today, the Rochester Police Department will release 1999's homicide statistics. Last night, officers were involved in a deadly standoff on the city's northwest side. Police tell us a 28-year-old woman was shot in the chest at a home on Fulton Avenue shortly after 11 o'clock last night. When Rochester police arrived, they say 30-year-old Andre Norwood was holed up inside a building across the street. After several hours, police tossed tear gas into the apartment. The suspect came out of the building. Police have not charged him at this point. The victim died around 1 o'clock this morning. When the new year arrived last night, many of us waited a few moments for something to happen, but nothing did. It was a calm changeover to 2000, just like emergency workers predicted it would be. News Source 13's Brian Washington is at Cobb's Hill with more. Brian?
Of Y2K is turning out to be a good one because there are no major problems to report, Kathy, and that is certainly reason to celebrate. I know it was last night at the Monroe County Emergency Command Post. As the new year came in, workers from various agencies keeping an eye on the millennium bug raised their glasses for a toast to the year 2000. No doubt last night was a success on many levels, Kathy, and hopefully that success will continue throughout the rest of the year.
Well, I hope, Brian. Thank you. It is cleanup day after one of Rochester's biggest New Year's parties ever. Last night, more than 1,000 people counted down to 2,000 at the Hyatt Regency downtown. They celebrated by dancing to the music of several bands, including one called Ruby Shoes. Some very happy people there. In another part of the city, the Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra helped ring in the new year with a free concert. Last night, the RPO performed at the Eastman Theater. The selection proved very appropriate for the new year. The musicians played songs for the movie 2001, Space Odyssey. Jeff Tyzik conducted the orchestra last night. Meteorologist Glenn Johnson has a look forward at our forecast for today and for the rest of the weekend. Glenn?
Good morning, Kathy. 2000 is starting off with some very nice conditions across western New York. You can see on our satellite picture here that we have some clouds, but a lot of these clouds are those high hazy clouds, so we're going to sneak in a lot of hazy sunshine as we go through the day. Now, if we have it, we'll take a look at live neighborhood weather, and you can see our temperatures are in the 30s. 32 degrees in Newark, 32 in Canandaigua, 34 in Rochester. You may say, hey, that's cold. That's not cold for this time of the year, and we are going to warm things up as we go through the first couple of days of the new millennium. Here's a look at our forecast map. Breezy, mild conditions, we think, through the afternoon. We're going to be into the mid-40s today. Heading into Sunday, looks like this warm southerly breeze is going to continue. By tomorrow, temperatures are going to be within a few degrees of 50. But we are going to find some rain developing. Rain showers will become more numerous through the day on Sunday. Some of these rain showers will continue into Monday. And another area of low pressure is going to move towards western New York. That's going to switch the rain over to snow. So we think winter will make a return Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night. Temperatures will drop significantly. Here's a look at our weather forecast then for tonight. Look for a mix of clouds and sunshine. Breezy, as we mentioned, through the day. The high temperature is going to be in the middle 40s. And then for tonight, becoming mostly cloudy. Temperature is going to drop into the upper 30s. Very mild weather again for Sunday. We should be near 52 degrees. Rain showers become more numerous. A couple of more rain showers on Monday. And then winter makes a return by Tuesday afternoon. Kathy?
Hey, we will have more for you coming up at 9:56. We will see you then. Happy New Year.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Kriz. It's 9:56 on this New Year's Day. Glenn will have your weather forecast in a moment. Rochester police are busy investigating a homicide on the northwest side of the city this morning. Police say a 28-year-old woman died after she was shot in the chest in a house on Fulton Avenue. Officers say when they responded, they found 30-year-old Andre Norwood holed up inside a building across the street. They later took him into custody. Police say Norwood has not been charged in the shooting, and they are not releasing the victim's name at this hour. If you slept through New Year's last night, the clock struck midnight without any glitches here in Rochester. At RG&E's command post, workers were on standby last night just in case the power systems crashed. RG&E says they have been prepared for Y2K since June, so they didn't expect any major problems. When 2000 arrived, Rochester's largest fireworks display lit up the sky. The city spent $50,000 on the show. It lasted 15 minutes. quite spectacular. Meteorologist Glenn Johnson standing by now with a look at your weather. Glenn?
Good morning, Kathy. It was a fun evening, and it looks like all systems are go as far as our weather's concerned also. Here's a look at our temperatures, and you can see they're climbing. We're into the mid-30s already, 37 degrees in Honey Falls, 36 degrees in Rochester, so there is a definite warming trend that's heading our way. Here's a look at our weather forecast for today. Look for clouds, some sunshine, a little breezy. High temperature is going to be into the mid-40s. Then for tonight, we'll find increasing clouds, but dry conditions. Look at the temperature only dropping into the upper 30s maybe tonight. Next couple of days, Sunday, we're going to find a couple of rain showers, but look at the temperature near 52 degrees. More mild weather for Monday, and then the temperature starts to drop. It's back to winter, we think, Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night.
Glenn and I will be back again at 10:25. We'll see you then.
To the new century and to the new Gary Johnston's RV Center.
We've moved our sales department just down the road to a bigger and better facility to showcase hundreds of new and used RVs.
Now we can expand our current parts, truck cap, and service departments to better serve the Gary Johnston customer.
If you're looking for a tent camper, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or motorhome, or need parts or service, you got to see the new Gary Johnston's RV Center.
So come on down Route 21 North in Palmyra and visit the camping experts at Gary Johnston's RV.
You'll be glad you did.
Stop at the shop, Stereo Shop.
We're not paid commission, and we know our products. No pressure, just great advice.
At the Stereo Shop, Dish Network's free. That's right, get a digital satellite TV system free.
Interest charges, no finance charges. In January, Irondequoit Dodge has it all on sale.
Simply the best. Coming live to Blue Cross Arena, Champions on Ice. Brian Boitano, Dorothy Hamill, Victor Petrenko, Oksana Bayul, Philippe Candeloro, Katarina Vick, Rudy Galindo, Nancy Kerrigan, Todd Eldridge. The FTD Winter Tour of Champions on Ice. Coming live to Blue Cross Arena. Tickets on sale now. Don't miss it.
On News Source 13 at 11, we created the Medical Edge. 2 new devices have just been approved. The Medical Edge is cutting-edge information, cutting-edge technology, what's new and what's different with the latest research. A new study has found it could decrease the risk of having... It's local, it's here, it's going on in our community. Rochester is the first and only site. Chances are, if it's in this community and you haven't heard about it before, you're going to hear about it on the Medical Edge.
Liz Bonus, Rochester's most experienced medical reporter, only on News Source 13.
Stop at the shop, Stereo Shop.
We bought our son's car stereo here.
Our daughter's TV.
Your CD player.
And now your big screen.
Yes.
We've got something for everyone. And Stereo Shop will beat any local price. That's right. TVs to VCRs, home audio to car audio, projections to camcorders, cellular to satellite. Stereo Shop will beat any local price.
At the Stereo Shop, customer satisfaction is everything.
Stop at the shop, Stereo Shop.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Kriz. It's 10:25 on this New Year's Day. Glenn will have your weather forecast in a moment. This first day of the new year, Rochester police are investigating a homicide on the city's northwest side. Police say someone shot a 28-year-old woman in the chest and killed her. It happened at a house on Fulton Avenue. When police arrived, they say the suspect hauled up inside an apartment across the street. The standoff lasted several hours until police used tear gas to draw him outside. Officers took 30-year-old Andre Norwood into custody. He has not been charged. The victim's name won't be released until her family is notified. Many people watched the clock and the lights during New Year's celebrations last night. The stroke of midnight came and went without incident. News Source 13's Brian Washington is at Cobbs Hill with more. Brian?
Kathy, what they are saying about the Y2K bug across the country is obviously true here in Rochester. Apparently, any potential problems were identified early on and apparently dealt with rather effectively. That was certainly the case at RG&E, where workers spent last night double-checking their systems to make sure that all was going well. And so far this morning, they say there are no problems to report.
Basically, you know, it's business as usual. Sure. We're pleased, you know, it's kind of like being there at the birth of one of your children, you know, except this was a 3-year labor. But.
And it was definitely a successful birth, one with no complications, entitled Y2K, Kathy.
Relief of all of us. Thank you, Brian Washington, reporting from Cobbs Hill. It is a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Crews in New York City worked all night cleaning up confetti, streamers, and debris from downtown streets. An estimated 2 million people packed Times Square last night for the New Year's Eve ball drop. No word yet on if there is a winner in the Millennium Millions lottery game. A New Yorker could be $100 million richer. In case you missed the winning numbers last night, we have them for you. They are 8, 23, 38, 39, 46, and the Millennium Ball is 14. If there's no winner, a second set of numbers will be chosen next week. Meteorologist Glenn Johnson has a look at our New Year's forecast. Glenn?
Good morning, Kathy. You remember earlier this morning we got a lot of reports in the newsroom what folks felt they thought was an earthquake. Well, it was recorded as such. The U.S. Geological Survey reported a magnitude 4.5 earthquake across western New York. That was 6:23 early this morning. We're getting off to a good start this morning. Here's a look at our temperatures. We are in the 30s for a good portion of the viewing area, but look at Batavia. They're up to 40 degrees. We're getting some nice sunshine. And it looks like we're certainly going to get a nice warming trend as we go through the afternoon. Here's a look at our forecast map for today. Breezy. It's going to be noticeably milder today. We think we're going to find a mix of clouds and sunshine. Temperature today should be climbing into the middle 40s. By tomorrow, we're going to continue with this warming trend. Tomorrow, we should get into the low 50s, but there's a better chance that we're going to find some rain showers, at least by the afternoon. And then winter will make a return, we think, going into Tuesday. Here's a look at our weather forecast then for today. Look for clouds and bright sunshine, turning breezy, but it's going to be a nice mild day. High temperature into the middle 40s, as we mentioned. For tonight, we'll find increasing clouds. Temperature is only going to drop into the upper 30s, at least overnight. And our 3-day outlook, Sunday, we're going to find some rain developing during the day. Temperature near 52 degrees. Monday, still going to be rather mild, about 50 degrees. And then Tuesday, winter returns with some snow developing during the day. Also want to add on to that earthquake, of course, Kathy, there were no reports of any injuries, no reports of any damage across western New York.
Good news. What a way to start the new year, huh, Glenn?
That's right.
All right, we will have more coming up for you at 10:56. In the meantime, have a happy new year.
Celebrate ABC's Super January with the BCS. Wisconsin meets Stanford in the Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T. Alabama faces Michigan in the FedEx Orange Bowl. Number 3 Nebraska battles number 5 Tennessee in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. And number 1 Florida State meets number 2 Virginia Tech for the national championship down in New Orleans in the Nokia Sugar Bowl.
From WOKR Rochester, this is 13-2000.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Kriz. It's 10:56 on this New Year's Day. Glenn will have your weather forecast in a moment. A lucky person has $100 million to spend this new year. The winner purchased the Millennium Millions lottery ticket in Manhattan. Overall, there are nearly 720,000 prize winners. Here in Rochester, people welcomed in 2000 with enthusiasm. More than 1,000 people packed the downtown Hyatt to celebrate with family and friends. Families rang in the new year at a special party at St. John Fisher College. And once the calendar hit 2000, the city's largest fireworks display lit up the downtown sky. And we also have a look at the first sunrise of 2000. These pictures were taken this morning at Cobb's Hill. Did you feel the earth move just before 6:30 this morning? Our area experienced a minor earthquake this first day of the new year. The U.S. Geological Survey says the quake registered 4.5 on the Richter scale. People felt it in Rochester, Buffalo, Ontario, Canada, and Niagara Falls. Personally, I didn't feel it when I was awake this morning. How about you, Glenn?
No, we rocked in the new year, but we did get a lot of phone calls in the newsroom. Happily, there was no damage, of course, across the area, and we have some nice weather. Temperatures are climbing very quickly already. 40 degrees in Canandaigua, 42 degrees in Batavia, and you know, with the sunshine, we've been talking about some of this warmer weather. Take a look at the weather forecast for today. Some clouds, but a fair amount of sunshine. It's going to be turning breezy as we head into the afternoon. We're looking for a high temperature up around 46, 47 degrees. Tonight, we're going to find more clouds rolling in, but again, very mild for this time of the year. We should be down into the teens. The temperature's only going to be getting down into the upper 30s. The 3-day outlook, we're still going to find mild weather for Sunday and Monday. We're going to be near 50, but look for rain showers developing Sunday and into Monday. Then it looks like winter returns back to reality by Tuesday. Kathy?
And we will have another newscast for you at 11 o'clock tonight. Have a happy new year.